carries as well. If you have a mid Earth Spirit and a forward Tusk, like you have repositioning tools for carries like Clinks, which make it very difficult. And we can't forget about the threat of the Bane. Sure, there's a Clockwork to deal with him, but we've seen the strength of this hero as games progress, and it's just going to be a matter of execution here for Mouse. I would say I favor them if they hadn't fumbled before.
Do you have a collection of spells, Brian, that you feel like if not me, can get this sequence? He is the goated Rubik player.
They did originally pick it to counter, like to block, counter pick the Doom. I don't think they gave him much. Like Viper's, I guess Viper ult is like okay. I don't think this is like a Rubik Ags game. I think you're more playing around the shard. You're more of like a utility save. I don't think this is going to be a super flashy Rubik Steel kind of game. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes more along the lines of like Shard, Aetherwinds, like Glimmers and stuff like this. If he goes Ags, I would be a bit surprised.
Stealing grip, though, that could be annoying.
That is always annoying.
Apex is now looking to start, so we on some Dota at the moment. And I am still Why is that? Hello?
No, this real delay saying I had a hello for a good while.
Why is that? Okay.
TP's coming through. In comes the Zeus, Thunder God's Wrath, Sharpshooter. They finally get him. In Your Dream, putting in some work here, but can they get out is the question. Big call down, Xinq falling lows, nice Nightmare to buy some time, the leap on forward. He gets him with the Starstorm.
I want my audio
and it's just complete control coming out from Vici Gaming. The punishment to find the SF is pretty nice. They're taking Shiro away. It's one step, but it just feels like you need to do that way too many times. Again, while all of that happens, XM gets stronger and stronger. You start to reach that. Fire really starts to get control in the game. We've seen him take point, right? Like going forward, trying to play with a cookie, stepping back, trying to play with kisses. And the damage output of this hero is really smooth until like, I'd say every point of the game actually.
What was that now? You hear me? The volume up? Right, you hear me? Right, and the audio for the game. Huh?
You know, what's next? Right, I feel like all of them have been stellar.
Yeah. Stellar take of Roshan as well. Said Reckonings have no way of contesting, so...
Still nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Right at the end of nighttime, before it's going to move, you can use this to then, like, position for Tormentor. Like, that 18, 19-minute Roshan into Tormentor is a pretty classic play. You've got Undying Tombstone here to tank it for forever. You finish the Manta now on your Shadow Fiend. He'll grab that Aegis and just kind of go back to farming, look for his Hurricane Pike, which would be a really big pickup this game. We're almost to the Blink Dagger on XM, 20-minute Power Rune. I mean, everything's going well for Extreme. They lost a little bit of gold, like going for the Roshan, of course. Like they're able to get back on the map here for Reconics, but the objectives are starting to matter.
All right, cool. So we should be good there.
To lose that map space on the side of Reckonix. Vici Gaming Again, it's just relentless. They do get scouted out.
Yeah, but I'm using my phone, but the little one have my phone, so
That was a Tormentor
to make
from
sure
Ezra
everything good.
For sure. They're like, come on, guys. Maybe they're on Tormentor. Maybe they're low. But, no, unfortunately, they are not. They'll just go ahead and settle for this Tier 1 tower top. Your Tier 2 bottom, though, will take a little bit of damage. They pop the fortification.
Yeah. But that commitment's still there in VG Gaming, man. They're not backing off.
They shouldn't.
No,
right?
there's
They're
no
so
reason
strong.
to. Reckonix just lack the tools. Again, you're getting decent farm out on Jacroy. You've kind of fallen really behind on FBZ and on IYD. Like, the fact that the Swarm is bottom that word is just rough.
I was literally about to ask. I was like, I want to see the Undying build because we saw the pipe and his next item is going to matter a lot. There's going to be the Doom that does come out. They have found them for now. This hero is so tanky. They're looking for Xingqiu. They will grab him, but can they finish off the Doom in time with the rotations in from Jigroy? They've got it. Now underneath this Tombstone, it's doing a lot. In comes XM, just bonks down Jigroy. Gyrocopter hits the deck. Not a bad fight overall for Mechanics, but here's the Undying, right? The thing, he's back in the game again, right? He's dead, but Box back.
Thank you so much, Sheever. Wow, we are paused again.
The lights are too strong, Shannon. Everyone has been learning from 33, of course, who's very bothered by the lights.
We talk about this a lot, and we joke about it, of course, that 33 hates the lights. Every time there's truth to it. He's literally started this trend. What is that all about? Why are players so picky these days?
People like playing in their dark room, Shannon. Then you get to the stadium like, what is this? These are real lights.
I like playing in my dark room too.
Powerful for our eyes, but yeah, we have Mouse versus Team Spirit in
They
this
really like all that lights
two-game
happening.
series. You picked in the pregame Spirit to win this.
I technically didn't pick them, but I spoke very highly of them.
I mean, we don't need to repeat what you said. People can go back into the VOD and decipher that.
Yep.
I believe the word stink was in there somewhere.
For one of the teams. You go figure.
Who we backing?
Of course, you know, they did qualify to TI. They had a very good TI qualifier run. They are very strong.
My level in teams is like
they have Matoshka, who is
favorite.
one of the goats.
Well,
Back as,
Collapse is one of the best off-leaders in the world right now. Yataro, one of the best carries. And me being a coach, basically, I don't really hate. I don't understand how people just hate somebody. My audio loud?
I don't think that they're the favorites here.
So as we're still in this pause, of course,
Okay,
we're
you're right.
eventually going to get the camera
Right?
back on Yatoro. I
I don't understand how people just hate
Natural
on
hair color.
greatness,
Do you even know?
right? I do plenty psychology, so I understand why they hate on greatness. It's just a matter of jealousy.
Blonde
But
at the moment, right? We're going to eventually get to it.
it makes no sense because you can't take away from a man
Hairdo. One of the best
good.
in Dota, I will say.
right? But again, people love to see, you know, the hero fall.
As we call them.
Love to see it fall from the top, go straight down.
Just so you know.
Today I learned.
Cause they'll check it as in the World Cup good or not, right?
7, so that's
Right.
pretty good.
Yeah, it actually
The whole thing with Messi and Ronaldo.
4 different times while
There's
she
no
was
way you are going to hear me say
Good job. I was listening.
that was good.
Messi.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah,
It
you
should-
thought it was being on pause, but we're
Or-
back again.
Ronaldo.
We will eventually get to
That
the troll
makes
phase, which is of course the
absolutely
important part.
no sense.
Eventually, it's 1 out
Because
of 10. You'd think it would
two
be a
of them
100%
are
chance for that to happen,
absolute
but so far, no
legends.
good.
But it does seem like it's mid one at the moment. Because he
No, I
has
talk
like,
to you.
Got his headphones on.
Oh, bye.
We'll get
Right,
to
well,
it.
by the way, for this, man, I have Kadir on the side here, you know,
Coming back from,
right? So it's Kadir asking the question, who are back here,
I don't even remember
right?
what he was doing the
So
last 5 years because
it
he
doesn't
was-
make sense
he came out of, like,
to say like,
semi-retirement at one
hey,
point.
I don't like that man because he good.
Particularly well, and then they
That
got
that kind
tournaments.
of, you know.
he definitely took like a very prolonged break. And I think that
If
he
I'm
took,
out
like,
bad,
SMG
be like,
and
yeah,
did
hey,
not
that man is
qualify
crap.
with
Me
no
one
one.
thing
I
nothing
think
about
TI
he,
qualifiers,
right?
they were both in
So,
SMG at
There he
the
is.
same
There's
time.
Yatoro.
as the announcers say,
I mean, that
Mouse
is-
came out.
That's not his natural.
No, I don't think it is.
They put together a team of players who would have tried to make it onto bigger teams, and they couldn't make a attempt to be stable in that team. So,
His favorite
a group of players, kind of like Outcast, came together to create Mouse Esports, And the first tournament that they played in, I believe they won that tournament. So it was like kind of like, wait, you know, like this is mid one here. He plays mid lane and carry. Mid one, if mid one plays at his best, he can be put in the category of being one of the best. He's currently playing mid lane. But we could go even deeper. You know, we might vex with him because he doesn't play at the level of being the best. But that doesn't really have anything to do with it. What's the issue is that the current set of mid laners we have playing Dota now are absolutely top tier.
So looking at these
right?
lineups,
So
what stands out to you? The panel talked about Clinks being
mid one
sixth
being
in
what he
line in
is,
this range carry
not
meta that
too
we're seeing right
consistent
now.
of
What
a
do you
mid
think
laner,
of that hero?
right? He will pop off 1 in 5 games, 2 in 5 games, but the consistency is not there. Compared to like Team Spirit here, Lal is a consistent mid laner when it comes to performing, right? He does what he does best, and he gets through, right? And hence why Team Spirit was able to win one of the biggest tournaments for the year, the International in Dota, with Lal, right? But they also won it with another mid laner, Toronto Tokyo, who's no longer on the team, right? So, and the only difference was the mid laner. So, it goes deeper when it comes to these things, as in, yeah, you can't just say a man bad or not performing when he would have gone up against one of the best in the game, right? So it's just who was the better on that day. Again, 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5, you could say, right, you know, but that's just how it does be, right? But when it comes to Team Spirit has like the best of the best players when it comes to the role that they play, right? Yataru and Collapse are considered like top 3 when it comes to their roles, right? Or even Yataru is in the talks of being the greatest carry to ever play the game. He just plays the game at a different level as a carry. Like some carries will just farm, and they will still. Oh my god, that was a bombshell of a.
Definitely a good start for Team Spirit. That's exactly the hero you want to see.
My Dota brain tough right now. Alright. So I could talk about players and stuff, but in game those names just don't come to me the way it should. Alright. So Yotaro is in talks of being one of the greatest carries. Like you would mention carry as in that player being the one to carry the game. Yes, Yotaro does that. Right? Some carries do, like they will have all the net worth in the game, and yet still they would not be able to single-handedly carry the game with the hero they give up. Alright? So with Team Spirit, that could happen from any of the 3 lanes. You have Lal playing mid lane, who pops off consistently. Collapse being one of the best off-laners in the game, pops off consistently. They're going for it.
Collapse under the cover of the tier 1 tower will survive. Crystalis as the Jingu stacks up a no boundless strike for 10. So we'll put the aggression.
Alright, and then Yataru once given the farm and playing the proper hero, which he mostly does, normally pots off. Right, one of these guys will die with the next bomber strike coming from the monkey king.
Go over there that easily. Even here, like you have Chrysalis who's giving the Lotus to Panto. I think it's nice when you lose in the early game because your support can also TP like elsewhere. You know, maybe there's a play mid, he can TP like fill up mid one with the Lotus. So all these small things, I like them from Mouse here.
And Bane definitely a good hero for the TPing in terms of assisting early on with Nightmares.
And it's also like with the buffs they gave Earth Spirit, I like that people have gone. It's a different build nowadays. You don't really get.
Yeah, well, I bought known too, so yeah, if I say so. So yeah, so all they have my little trainee in training, right? Could you making sure everything running smooth. So, cause somebody had to take over for me.
Gonna sidestep it, pops the Lotus just in case as well.
Somebody had to play them cogs on them.
Blood grenade onto two heroes in the bot lane, not me.
Right,
Jingu
so
stacks will come to fruition with the boundless strike to finish the job for Chrysalis. Relatively good start from both carries, despite Yatoro dying. Network not too shabby at the moment.
Yeah, the top lane is, like you're saying, even with the kill, like now they don't have lane control in this lane. Both other lanes are going very well for Mouse. I would not be surprised if, you know, within this first nighttime, maybe you help mid one on the 6-minute rune and then you can start talking about, okay, you go to the Splinx's lane and you do overwhelm them. Because Mouse, they've got the perfect draft in this early game.
We gonna buy that, we gonna buy craft cheese. And try to be.
Yet on the Viper. Does this just feel like this? Oh, we have to hold that thought. Yatoro under the tier 1 TP from Not Me to try to assist. Yatoro's kind of standing his ground. Cogs though, nice placement with the polling to continue. Now Boom and company on the run of the high ground. They get some reinforcements in the form of Chrysalis though on that Monkey King. Jingu stacks onto Yatoro with the boundless strike. That's the second death for Clinks in this game already. And Not Me gonna follow suit. So great rotation from Mouse as they claim 2.
Oh, that is good stuff. That's exactly what they should be doing. Like you do well in your safe lane. You want to use your small advantages for something. Suddenly there's 4 heroes in the top lane. Minute 540, and this is amazing. Clinks does not want this early game.
Show up the breakfast.
In a lot of trouble now. Not gonna be able to get the Lotus, and unfortunately for him, which is
have
dropping
breakfast
to the deck.
11:39.
As Boom gets credit for that one. Mid one. Gonna apply a little bit of pressure in the mid lane, but Laurel will be fine. So despite getting the first blood from Spirit, it's been all Mouse in terms of hero kills so far, resulting in this 1k lead.
It's very, very good. I also like there's a small thing here where Yatoro did not TP to the safe lane tower. I think if he did, it is so easy for Mouse to just double gate because you know that he's stuck there. He's currently just jungling and like slowly making his way over to the safe lane, and this is all from the small things that Mouse are doing here in this early game.
Would you like to retract what you said in pre-game?
Not yet. People can obviously play very well, and they are, but Spirit, they need time. I mean, they're heroes, they're greedy. They're supposed to kind of get their asses kicked a little bit here, Shannon. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
That's part of the plan then, is to get your ass kicked just a little bit during the early stage.
Yeah, it's very normal. They enjoy it.
Brew will be able to claim the Wisdom Shrine. Nightmare. Some reinforcements here. Nice telekinesis onto 2 other heroes. A great 3-man stun essentially. Is collapsed though with that tag team getting slowed to a crawl. Cogs come out as well. Chrysalis gets rolled on. Will drop as mid 1 kills off Collapse. They're going to get the Rubik as well. Chrysalis somehow staying alive throughout all of this. And Rue likely to be the 3rd death. If they want to continue on here, mid 1 pretty damn tanky. He gets the double kill, and that's 3 more kills for Mouse. And they don't even lose the Monkey King. Mr. Chrysalis survives throughout all of it.
Yeah, they're just currently outplaying them. I think even with the very nice lift from Not Me to like try and slow down this play overall, they're just bringing reinforcements. Like they even had a purge creep on Collapse to like take off the Jingu, but he just got a secondary one, kept fighting. No, 8-minute rune.
Already waning Rift. They actually delete Panta right off the bat. The telekinesis, a nice break onto the coil with the cogs to follow. Mid one is so tanky though. Starting to run out of mana. Illusory Orb will get some vision. Rolls onto the low ground. Will be able to get away as a result. Meanwhile, Collapse killing off Chrysalis off camera. Looks like Doom was expended for this.
Oh, that's a huge no-no. He must have got this 6 like on the wave and then surprised him, because there's no way you just die straight up seeing that he got his level 6 available.
Yeah.
But even going back to the mid play, like Laurel is so good on Puck. If he gets slept there by Bane, which is very likely for it to happen, it's nighttime, Bane sees you first, but he was just ready with the silence and the phase shift, and they just turn it around.
Oh, Spirit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Big kill, bringing them back into the game, if you want to call it that.
No, absolutely.
How much this early game shenanigans from these teams, how much has it changed in the last few months in terms of... I feel like there was a point in time where winning early game, you win game.
it still matters so much just because the overall
Especially
It's
not against
overtuned
Team
still in that
Spirit.
regard.
You'll be winning this game. You'll be winning this game for the
It
first
favors
30
like
minutes.
good gameplay. Like I think good
And then
Dota
boom.
gameplay, like whether you have a late or early
One
lineup,
bad
you
fight,
can
and
make these
you
moves
start
through the gate,
losing.
and I think it just comes from playing well. So I don't know if it's necessarily overtuned. I think it's just a good way of using an advantage. So I'm a big fan of it. I like this a lot. Even this, like they push out the bottom lane, they go for a two-man smoke with their Monkey King and Panto, because they know that Yatoro, he's not laning.
Yep, that is true. Applying some pressure here. Boundless Strike with the snowball. Does clip him. Nice shards as well. Attempted TP, but the grip from the low ground keeps him in place. Completely out of mana now as well. And Yatoro will be claimed by Crystallis again. Meanwhile, mid lane, Coil onto the Earth Spirit. Mid one in a bit of trouble, but the Viper Strike coming out from Boom. That's a very nice placement there. Able to roll out just in time. The 2K lead, and it's going to get worse now for Spirit as they lose a second hero. And guess who's still pursuing? It's Crystallis with the Jingu stacks up. They're going to have to focus on Rue, it looks like, although a little bit speedy. Mid one with the roll, almost connecting, not quite the range. And he will be found eventually. Takes some time, but a third kill going away. Now, this has been a very back and forth game, as the neutral is not going to assist Spirit in this case.
No, Mouse came to play and I love it. They're like literally everywhere. They kill people in the safe lane, they go smoked, and afterwards they show in the mid lane, and they have very good wards too. Like they're doing a great job at shutting down Yatoro. It's not very often you see Yatoro have this poorly of an early game. Like he's bottom network of the course by honestly quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's after first blood too. That's pretty insane.
I'll check after the game how many times you will say first blood.
First blood. Remember that first blood he got and then they just lost?
Yeah,
Crazy. Crazy how that happened.
Quite a bit. He's quite low level though on Crystallis, I'm not gonna lie. He had a very good early game and I love all his moves, but he is only level 6. Of course, that one kill earlier from Collapse did matter quite a lot.
Some pressure on the tier 1 now. With that siege, should be able to claim this for the mouse side. As Boom will be working towards his Hurricane Pike. And Crystallis, like you said, not the greatest in the level department, is going for the Battle Fury. Do you like the Battle Fury here?
I mean, it's interesting. I would have...
The low ground they are. They're forcing them down. All is going to fall onto Keon here while we wait for Drop to join him. I love that we've got that angle for him. We don't have EMP, so it had been recently used, but an Arcstar should withstand just fine until Nemesis drops down and starts looking at GK as well. Sacred is here to get in the action.
Hold on, you're mentioning this young gun legend, 17 years old, Sacred, has been farming as he claims another victim. Dropped is the next to fall, as well as the rest of GK. Now Aurora moving up to get into position, finding that one lone member. Team Nemesis, but it's fine. They have the TP from the altar. He'll get back together with the rest of Team Nemesis. But collecting KP this early, Tiff, is important to set up this momentum on E-District.
And they're standing that area. They're making sure if someone tries to make a threat to it, we're dealing with it. And using Sacred on the altar to do that is just what needs to be done. For Alliance, we are on a different side of things. We're just north of Team Nemesis. And now Dinos who are rotating in, you have to make sure that you keep tabs. White Grim Reapers, that's who they get the initial knock and full on. And we haven't fully been able to stabilize because we have multiple teams trying to push in on this fight.
Essentially evicting them, right? Because now they're forced to go over to that north side. Crazy clip, by the way. We're currently seeing a Lucky now. Blood in the water. He's hungry. Hearing the crypto drones. Great tracking, destroying it before it gets any information onto the rest of his team right behind his back. You talk about Dino too already. Jake,
they turned around. They were like,
all right, let's
nope. We're good. And I called them the biggest question mark in our lobby because you think back to the America Split 1, right? They had some of the most impactful performances, and they're one of the newer teams in general.
And as we take a look at Team Liquid, they're going to face off against Dinos. Let's jump into a listening with Team Liquid.
I'm still queuing. I need help. Zero, I am. Can we jump second? Yeah, just jump second with you. Crossing that. Nice. Still queuing. Still on me. Nice. Wait, he's one. He's on. The team wrapping. Okay. Look at the team wrapping us.
that team, so you have to clear up.
I'm with it. No, gonna try to do it.
Waste no time.
Can't panic. Anyone? Yeah, I have blue pinks. Yeah, we don't. There's a team on the right side here. No one's close on console right now. No one's close in any of this. Okay.
Make sure you come. Try to. Zero's forehead is just close enough to see everything on his screen after they just cleaned up Dino. They were able to reset fully.
Anybody else any
Res
questions?
in the distance. That one member of Alliance Tiff was looking to see what the action was looking like, but getting back together with the rest of the team, you're going to try to pry holding that southern side of zone.
Yeah, and it was a big win. You clear out that side unless someone decides to run back at it, but now you be able to walk into the choke. You've got White Grim Reaper nearby, but of course, we're still looking at teams that have to find their path into the circle. Enter Force 36 on the screen here.
Probably try to
as well. A former land champion joins up with
dispute that, but
at the start of this year, just
when you have
champs. And they were one of the teams that I was most
little
excited
kids
to watch
like
here when we got to
Donovan,
Hey, that's going to be even more exciting when you got to
seven, just to seven,
that's going to play out for them
and me,
trying to get
playing a game like Apex Legends,
Look at NIP though.
right? Understanding the game, going into the game and performing better than people who have been playing the game for years, right? We started playing the game earlier this year, February. So between February and May, right?
I love that as we kind of have this like
this little one
screen
here
moment, you see
is
who it is that's going to be behind them. Ninjas in Pajamas, a team that we actually didn't even talk about at the top of the show. They're kind of dealing with elite esports and Kenostroke, but they're going to have to move. But it's all about that.
So that's a lot to lose.
If you send yourself over to Street
But
Market
in
where you
just
find maybe a shrivel of
February,
coverage,
to
you're
me,
going to get ripped
4
from the
months,
team that rotates directly behind you.
he was able to.
Because nowhere is safe, so Synap gets immediately aimed after
Right,
they get
so
to teleport right
when you
to
look
the
at
wall. NIP, aware but beautiful
having that
coverage
mentality
from
to
E36, not
do
allowing
that,
NIP to fully capitalize
while
off of this core
having
wave.
the ability to
Unfortunately, on
learn
their
a
shields,
game
you
at
see
a
Synap
high level,
trying to actually
you
move
have
forward, but on the kidnap, they take two different angles, Tiff.
possibility of having 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds once they are
and hello, now you've got a
in the environment,
in the R9,
right,
which can make things difficult.
and have the
If you
proper
whittle them down with
support
the Kraber first, that'll work.
and mentors.
The fact that we also saw just
We could have like 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds being absolutely great when it comes to playing these esports and stuff. I don't apply no pressure to my child. He's 7, just turned 7. I don't coach Donovan or anything like that. We play duos together, I'm trying to get him into the battle royale aspect of it, right? But everything he has been doing has not been part of battle royale. He plays mixed tape and such, and performs well when it comes to, you know, we won like 7 duos already since we started playing duos, right? So he has the capability of just getting accustomed to what you should be doing when you're trying to play a battle royale like Apex, right? But as he gets older and Perfume's pull up on you, I said. Wait, look at that. Watch out. 2 teams, one up in our little corner, and the next one downstairs. 2 of them holding the same building.
Drone destroyed from kinda, and now this is exactly what happened. Sure, you get the knock onto a legacy. The trade comes in immediately, kind of falls.
4 men on the ground. 5 men on the ground.
As Light joins them, NIP
Esports, elite esports.
the third party,
Right?
to wipe
So when it comes to teenagers, we even talking teenagers, kidding. We talking about 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds being great at the game, right, with the right mentors and the right foundation, right? So, and it was also stated, right, well, we look at for these stats when this World Cup finished, right? When it comes to like viewership and hours viewed and stuff, right? But when it comes to the bigger tournament, when you're looking at it, the players are becoming younger and younger, right? As I said, esports is more
keeping this angle on the stairs.
is crazy. I am seeing Liquid clean up some KP as well. Knocking unlucky, by the way, but also Team Nemesis are farming in this lobby. The fact that they have like what, 7 KP alone
Right?
as RC now.
You are looking at
Look to take a
esports.
better position,
Esports
looking
belongs
at the action
to
happening all
the
around them.
future.
Alliance holding on for dear
And the
life.
future
Vision now
is
share that together
them
with the
kids
building of Nemesis as well as WGR over
are
at their
allowed
POY advantage.
to explore.
I was talking to Carter and Loader just yesterday from Team Vision. They were really exciting, but Arufa finds the last member of Alliance as Hackett falls.
Yeah.
So do they.
Esports in the future, and you're talking about kids and teenagers who are allowed to actually explore what it is. You can't wait until you're 16 and 17 to say you want to get into esports, right? That is no longer an option, right? Because while you are sitting here at 16, 17, no one trying to learn a game to say you want to compete in esports. They are already 16 and 17 year olds who already competed, right? So it's going to take you another, based on how well you can learn the game and play the game, right? It might take you 6 months or a year to get into it, while that person now has already have a year or two when it comes to experience at the highest level of competition. Right? So we're looking at having players at 10 and 12 already understanding these games because they've been playing it since they 5. Right? And they had somebody who was great at the game already, right? Already played the game and taught them the game. So they had proper foundation and everything built in. Right? Ulta running on this map. Right, so
BK Gaming fell as well. And back
right.
to the G7 Scout we go.
This form of competition, esports, is the future.
And he's been trying to cross
we're looking at it being at its rarest and hypest form when it's played by the youngest and smartest of minds. Because as you would think, esports is basically, being able to look at and watch the best of the best play against each other, right? The highest level of performance. Oh my god, I stream it inside. Ooh, clean up all. Oh boy, next, oh god, grenade. But right now, the amount of madness going on in Apex right now, it's like, yeah, it's alright. It's madness, right? It has so much legends. You just get peeled.
Team Liquid still standing in the final 3. Full send Sentinels before being completely demolished.
And with the final 2 squads, it's just a matter of time as Aurora clean up Sentinels and clean up game number 1.
What an end game. That is one you have to go back, carve it back in slow motion.
Not even a end game per se, the end game ended in like 3 seconds.
Just unleashing the nades.
Right? Now we have an end game where it plays down to the last bit and you have 3-4 teams, no? It was like, yes, this team take a fight, yeah. Another team third party, another team third party is like surviving that.
Aurora played that slowly. Let's not even forget that they came out of Humber, moved up, and were able to contest a lot of the teams that were piled up on top of each other when they came to Street Market. That's why Liquid, alongside Zipline, were looking at the action, wanted to get involved, wanted to get some KP, maybe getting a little overzealous because you still have to consider Sentinels, but then on top of Sentinels, you got Aurora
17 years.
southern direction on top of their head.
17
Now, the reason
years.
I love the fact that this team was able to convert it is when you think about, you called it out, that start at Humber. How many times did we witness Team Nemesis guarding that southern side? They take down GK.
Yeah,
they
1
keep
year.
focusing on all the teams that try to set up there. But the one team they don't deal with that rotated through the south is Aurora.
By the
Instead,
end
kind of both pulled
of
up, and Team
August.
Nemesis end up in top 5 with 7 kills because they wiped 2 full teams there. Perfect. I said slow motion, and they bring it back.
I mean, what can you expect too when you also have so many Cossacks within the area? You're gonna get
Right.
you have the EMP singing.
It's
You have
supposed to be low jump
Flying
fighter, I
Mafia
think,
going
there.
down. Within our last few
And
spots,
next
what you're
week or
expecting,
so,
right?
you're supposed to
Close
have them
outside
black
the
ball
market,
combos.
on the outskirts by the bin,
Down.
and then landing a nade right at the feet of Sentinels, where Aurora just had to walk up and clear
Right, yeah, the
what was
PC.
left as we take a look at
Pull up the combo.
already started
Pull up
off
the game.
that
Overnight. I want the next time I play and thing is
When you see them celebrations,
Like, what are you-
like that,
I'm
these are
getting
one of the teams that we
angry.
had a chance to talk to in the media room yesterday, and it was Hiarka that was calling
And
Effect
it's
Baby
licks.
Goat, and they were like, "That's my nickname."
Huh?
And I just watched Effect literally yeet Hiarka up into the sky after that win. I'm like, "Yeah, that's your baby goat."
carried him up like Simba, showcasing everybody, the
My
next king
IGL.
of Pride Rock, right? Like, and that's what you like to see, though. And something else when you talk about IGLs in general.
No, give him one that
Zero's
glove. Thank
flagging
you.
out. He was doing
Give
a
him a
great
glove.
job. You could see how he
Thanks.
was taking a lot of these fights with confidence, wanted to get that early KP. It set them up. I mean, Zero did get, what, 6 KP just alone in that first game. Aurora do take the dub, though, setting themselves to already be at 21 points. Whereas you look at Liquid, and in terms of, like, the lack of placement, still with that KP, they do find themselves with 18.
Yeah, I caught Kareem right before this, right? Their coach for Team Liquid, and I was like, "Hey, how are the boys feeling?" He's like, "Honestly, we're feeling good." And to come out here and drop the most damage in the lobby on just game one, grab 11 kills, the highest damage differential of 2,200. That means they dealt over 2,200 damage than they were receiving to just get second place. Right now, I say just get second place, but you're like 3 points behind the match winners based on that alone. You outfragged them by 2, so that's a stellar performance in my eyes.
Having to consider, too, what was going on with Alliance, right? The way that they were taken apart in the middle of that rotate, playing split up. And I think that adds into the chaos of with the amount of teams that have the TP set up with the Nexus, just allowing these teams to reset and then catching some of the members of Alliance, too, in the way that they want to rotate off guard, because there's a lot of GG spots, especially over by Market, to the low to high ground disparity, and how they could try to reposition themselves and the amount of kidnaps that we saw, too.
See, you talk about Alliance, but a lot of their difficulties was at the hands of Team Liquid. Team Liquid left Resort incredibly quick. They popped the survey beacon, they drop down onto Alliance, they get an early kill on that, and Alliance has to leave Boardwalk and go reset. So it was a journey for them throughout the entirety. As we look back at these highlights, some early fights from Team Liquid were so cohesive.
There were, but I also have to talk about. We're gonna say early fights. Secret was also just going absolutely insane too. But then highlighting some of our last remaining squads here. Aurora just waiting before trying to go ahead. They saw Zipline Mafia fall down, and they knew that that was the green light for them to start wrapping behind them. While the rest of the lobby that was left, that were collapsing on each other on Street Market, was just a free walk up with a beautiful name tag.
I start laughing because I'm watching Fun's screen. He's got 3 nade indicators on the side of the supply bin. He's like, "I'm gonna go ahead and go out there and try to do some damage." Not even a half a second later, just gets imploded.
These nade placements from the very beginning, even our last groups, have just been on another level to start us off on E-District. See Sentinels, though, doing great in the way that they were playing patiently in the back end of that zone, waiting for the opportunity to move up. Remember, when we highlighted Zipline Mafia and Team Liquid together, they were kind of on 2 opposite ends away from the bridge that would lead you into Street Market. But playing off that low ground originally was Sentinel before they were able to move up once that zone was starting to close in, before Aurora had wrapped up behind them.
It's pretty interesting looking back at Aurora. We're just kind of gearing up for match number 2. Sometimes you just gotta stand up, walk it off. Oidrain, that's one of the biggest conversations. Historically, he's been on Aurora before that Fire Beavers, and they've been contenders for lands, right? We've seen land wins that we talked about it, but Effect grabs one. Hiarka gets one. Oidrain on that roster is the only one who has not won a land.
That's actually with the prestige that he's got and the experience.
That's what I'm saying. They've been favorites at times historically on rosters, and as we kind of keep perusing, we've got the boys over at Alliance. They're feeling good. I like to see that the vibes are high, especially after that match 1. It wasn't.
Ooh, most distressing them.
Eventually, mid one ticks out to collapse. So 1-for-1 is Laurel on the run with the phase shift, being surrounded. Into the high ground. Viper Strike's going to be disjointed as Laurel going to disjoint yet another mechanic here. Gets punched into the air, but the right clicks and the damage too much for Mouse. But this leaves Chrysalis all alone. It feels like he's dying alone very often this game. This time it is not to Collapse, but to Yatoro instead.
Hey, come on.
One death earlier was excusable, but this one not as much.
Babe.
Spirit are still hunting.
Yatoro sees Boom, not interested in that one.
Still a 5k lead for Mouse, but you can tell that it's just not that easy for them to kill these heroes. They did get Laurel, even though he had an A on this, which is nice, but you know, Yatoro is, you know, climbing back slowly into this game. I mean, that was a good snowball save here by Yamich to also make a bit more time. But other than that, I think Yatoro got a really good entry, like later on into this play. Like, I'm just checking, you have Chrysalis who's running back into the triangle here, so he's definitely got to be careful. Like now he's racked up 3 deaths, and like I was saying before, like with the itemization he's going for, even when the Skadi comes out, I don't think he's that scary.
No, not yet. But you can't question his item build. You said it earlier.
It's true. But the problem is it's linked to his gameplay. Like when you die like this, then suddenly your items stay
Right. That's how you described Mouse earlier.
I did.
In general.
Let's see how this game continues.
Well, they have a 4K lead, so the lead has been cut into pretty greatly from Spirit. And Yatoro's starting to get online. He's going to run into Chrysalis if this is another kill. Doesn't have the reinforcements though, so just going for the wave cuts, so still not ready to really all-out fight. As he is about 1,000 from the Aghanim Scepter, it seems, with
he will be very strong later, like Ags and like a Chrysalis on him or Daedalus, like full build-up, he'll be very strong then. I did like that Mouse picked up a gem, I think they're holding it currently.
I see that thing, like, right? They're losing, but they're not losing because they can come and win at any point in time.
He's dead.
Yes, that was only telekinesis. Alright, he's very ambitious play there.
Check him PC on Yamich, because that was a nasty snowball, my man.
Panto has the Crimson, by the way. I think we saw that earlier. And still not going for Ace of Lens. Interesting. So opting for the Blink eventually, but very far away from that.
That is one item that while it feels very good, you can definitely question it, because I think even without the Crimson, Spirit didn't really want to fight you. So you're building something that I think Spirit are already looking to avoid, whereas like Spirit are looking to play the map, so maybe just going for, you know, the normal trajectory of items would have helped you more. Of course, it's easy to say now, but I think just
good news is he can farm now with Brain Sat.
True, because his team has taken 2 Tormentors very easily. Mid one with the Shivas, we'll see a little bit up to the high ground. I mean, this is something that Spirit are very, very good at.
They're gonna have double Skadi. Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It does make them very tanky, which is overall good against Spirit, and you know, double Skadi isn't like that bad, but it also means that you don't have the craziest damage output on your heroes.
I thought we'd be seeing more Hearts with Behemoth's Blood.
Heart is a very good item. I think it was Omar who bought it earlier also on Timber, but it's just like that item is ultra defensive. At least for Skadi, you can make a case that you're doing some type of aggression. You have to be careful. Spirit are like the best team at abusing these areas. Well, they have
they are. Laurel, Eon, this is going to proc. So you have to use the coil onto the support. Now the Shiva's initiation from mid one. Maybe we'll clean up this clockwork pretty easily as Boom's still in the pit. And yeah, as long as Collapse is alive, you have to be very wary of the Aegis steals. They're going to jump in with the BKB, going for the Aegis steal. He gets on the outskirts. She pushes him out, and guess what? Collapse takes the Aegis again. And now he's going to use the first life. Will he be able to stay alive inside his Wukongs? Likely not, but still well worth it for Collapse.
When will people stop, dude? Okay, they're still killing them, so that's pretty good, but...
Alright, 3 dead. But still, style points to Collapse as... Well, I mean, we called it. It sounds like it's...
Hey, man, that's too good.
He does it every game. Every game.
Every game.
In like the entire world. It's like
when you thought it was yours, you might have just come and take it from you, like, yeah, but
stop hitting it and kill him or find him or do something.
Yeah.
It was still very good for Mouse, of course, overall to get these kills. They, you know, the lead went from I think 4K over 7. That's a good
one.
gosh,
Yeah,
that-
Toro, he is dead. Sentry in the right place, right time. Rue is going to be spotted as well. He's like, all right, take me with my carry, please. I will join him in the fountain. Hook shot misses. Spirit Vessel applied. The roll's not going to connect as the puck's going to find the Tusk instead, so Laurel gets something out of this. And mid one just gives up.
Can't believe Rue lived. Like, Laurel even griefed him by not letting him hook onto him. He still gets out. But it was a very good pickoff there earlier on Toro. That's also, when you play against these pesky heroes, you need ops and sentries. Panto is deado.
Yes, he is. Chrysalis, he wants to fight. It's a 1v3 at the moment, though. Make it a 1v4. Pops the BKB. Not much backup yet, though.
Wasted BKB.
Chrysalis. The Essence Distiller on him. Wukong's command to follow. A zoning one, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
Not to worry about the Doom, though.
Oh gosh.
Viper struck and dead. So finally, the Clockwork dies.
Hey, Boom is still kind of, he's holding it together. He's 10, 1, and 9, doing very, very well on this Viper. So he's got a BKB queued up, and I think his one item after that will also allow him to really start shredding through people there as well. I mean, he's just ready, and it's also against Clock. I still think they had Rocket Flare Vision.
Did he Hurricane Pike himself out?
He did. When I looked at it, I was like, oh, maybe Collapse was like a Psychic headband and he pushed him out, but that's not what happened.
No.
That was definitely very early by Boom, so you gotta question that a little bit. Just maybe thought they were more...
Collapse in the pit, I'd be scared shitless.
Oh, me too. I'll shit my pants.
Well, there's other reasons for that, too.
Oh, yeah. You would know.
Yep, that's right. 7K lead for Mouse now. Very back and forth game.
It is. You've just got a lot of aggression coming out from both sides. But there's a lot of big items that are coming out for Mouse. I think that even though the lead didn't grow like all that much for them, they're getting a double BKB on both Tusk and Viper. You're getting an Aghanim Scepter on Crystallis, which is like he's starting to ramp up. And the Axe completed with a Crystallis on him, I think that's when he's really starting to become an actual hero in this game.
People are really loving this Congregations of the Deep.
It's so good.
Is it the best stun for Doom?
It's just so good. I think first of all, the AoE is massive.
Yeah.
Second of all, when you have Shard, it makes the your AoE of the stolen spells even bigger.
No, hook shot, mid one, and a lot of trouble. Congregations of the Deep on with the Doom to follow. Pops the BKB, but he is super dead. Snowball not in time. Gonna block off two.
That is a nice blown out all day. Nice catch over there.
Rue looks like he's gonna drop to the deck. As Chrysalis taking some right clicks from afar. As Wukong's command finally ends. So 2 for 1 at the moment in favor of Spirit. Now another Congregations of the Deep onto Chrysalis. Nightmare. Boundless strikes out with that sharp, but the right clicks are enough from Yatoro.
Just like that. I'll tell you, that's one bad fight at
His own
everybody.
devices will be brought down as well. As Team Spirit have come back fully now, officially. Another Congregations from Collapse. It's a full team wipe for Spirit.
Oh boy, mid one cannot die first like that. That's the best target for Spirit with the Zoom.
Right, that 8,000 lead networks. That fight come.
You cannot walk
1 so they now lost, and now they have 7,000. Good network lead.
For a better fight here if you're Spirit. Even they're just hiding. Like,
so that would be like all the gold you have plus all the items. So each hero will have a wood, right? So it does add up on the difference now. So it's like, alright, this team ahead by 7,000 or 10,000. So when it's had to reach like 10,000 network, I think you can say, alright, cool. This team possibly. Yeah, but yeah, hold your head deep, bro. Hold your head deep.
The way they were playing, it felt like there was a buyback for mid one.
Yeah, but even so, right? You didn't have any tier 1s.
Yeah, you couldn't be able to get back that fast.
I guess Yamich was.
And that because mid one,
you tried to save him with like the drinking buddies into a snowball. It was very close, but even at that point, you gotta call it quits.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Because they were in a really good position on Mouse, but now like the lead on Spirit, and at this point with the 2 drafts you're looking at, you do not want to be behind if you're Mouse. You need to be like slightly ahead for the game to technically be even.
Just
see what
like that, they could
itemization
come.
we're going to see here in the near future for Spirit. So Deso with 12 charges now. We've seen the Ags already onto the Clinks. Has a Crystallis now, and very close to actually finishing the full Daedalus. As Laurel finished off the Parasma, now has an Octarine Core, and Collapse has also an Octarine Core to go along with a Yule's. Interesting.
Oh boy, they are so strong. Like, he's gonna have a Wind Waker as well. He can like save everyone, and even later, like if there's other stuff coming out, like Collapse can just go in, get the Doom off, get out himself again. You are starting to deal with some problems here as Mouse.
Problems.
They also lost their gem in their last fight, which was quite kind of a big deal, especially when you're playing against Yatoro Clinks, who's just ratting you the entire game.
By the way, not gonna question his itemization because it's Crystal's Monkey.
Yeah.
We're talking about that fourth item. It's an Aghanim, so still not really right click.
No, it's very slow. I think for this build to have looked the way that he would have liked, he didn't, like he wasn't allowed to have more than one death. Which he received quite early on, of course, off screen against Collapse in the lane.
That's right.
Okay.
But so did Yatoro in that first blood.
What?
That's true. We got that.
I don't think so.
That's right.
This is interesting. This definitely they're feeling the pressure.
Oh my god, they bring him into their base. Doom comes off as well. Coil expended. Now the silence onto the puck. In a lot of trouble, actually, but the Eon Disc does proc, and now the Illusory Orb should be good to go. Wukong's command completely wasted now as a result, so Mouse now have to run. Doom is out.
Spirit are not done. They're looking for
absolutely.
Jetpack.
Collapse looking for the congregations of the deep. Hook shot misses. Mid one in the tree line. He gets congregated. He gets gone on. He gets right clicked to death by Yatoro. And now Panto looks to be next on the list. As Crystallis in the tree line. Tusk does TP out. No way. He does TP out successfully as well. So only 2 kills for the Spirit side, but it's definitely in their favor now. The momentum, the gold.
They need to be able to get a play on like the
Mid one come and die twice in a row.
Mouse need to be able to strike back. Like look for, maybe you can even get Crystallis as level 25 for a bigger ring and just like, you know, really take over the area. Because the problem is with them going high ground like that, it shows they're pressured. Like they didn't do it 10 minutes ago when they were ahead.
Yeah.
Instead, they decide to do it after a bad play when they're behind. And Spirit made great use of that. An aggressive 4-step into a lift back into then the congregations in their own tier 3. That was very nicely played by Spirit.
And Spirit now on the high ground. No tower to defend any longer. So this will be I suppose it's going to be a full lane.
They're not posing any defense here. If you're Crystallis, you're definitely talking about your 25 talent and maybe even your Daedalus, I think, at this point.
That would help to get, I mean, maybe he goes another utility item at this rate.
Well, yeah, then I will question it. But then it's time.
What do you think, 4 staff next?
I think Glimmer, very good.
Okay. Now the jump in onto the Viper, a lot of trouble, and that's another death to Boom. Right off the bat, has to buy back. So this is a big fight for Mouse. They need to defend here. Right clicks on the Collapse, being slow to a crawl. He's completely surrounded right now. Telekinesis to try to save him.
Kill Yatoro. Yes, nice. Kill everybody else now. Kill everybody else now. Nice.
In favor of Mouse. Did cost them a buyback.
Run them down.
Able to dodge a little bit here. Has the orb up, able to waning rift as well, but the hook shot to try to save him. Congregations onto the Viper. It's going to be a dieback for him. He's not careful. The Doom already applied as well, but there's the big stun onto the puck. Able to get out just in time, but that's 3 dead for Spirit. That's Collapse now, trying to go to the high ground to attempt to run away. He's actually doing a pretty damn good job. Has TP as well, so maybe the blink TP in vision. Looking for a courier kill. In the tree line, the courier's going to be able to spot him relatively short. He is
an asshole.
Just blink up in 3 seconds with this Octarine Core, so he's fine.
That was a big deal, because actually, if they just get a clean kill, or they can straight up go to Roche after, I think that would have been so big for us. But maybe with all of this, I don't know if they have enough time for it.
I mean, you can't take Roche with Collapse still alive.
That's the problem. Because it looked very good initially here. It was like, you know, the touch here onto Boom, and they do kill him, of course, but he does get to buyback as mid one. He made a very good judgment call here to just continue going. But again, like if after this, if they can just convert this nicely instead of it turning into like a clown fiesta, because here it's 2 guys are dead, it's 90 seconds on Yatoro. I mean, even Rue gets to like, he'll just dance around, hook back and forth. Freaking Collapse. This guy must be so annoying to play against.
What?
At the very least, Boom does not die back.
Yeah, that would have been trouble.
As Boom will secure Aegis for Mouse, so Collapse not
Because
able to
it's not
steal
just-
a second
just
Aegis
to
in
go
the
play
game.
with.
I wonder what the record is in a game. Probably held by him, I would assume.
Absolutely by him.
I mean, he definitely has the most Aegis steals total.
Yeah.
There's no, I don't
There's
think he
no
looked that up.
doubt about it.
I wonder if that's even a stat.
Oh no. Boom, you can't die.
Snatched Aegis, yeah, it absolutely should be.
Yeah, Spirit Smoke, despite not getting this
Boom, you
Aegis.
can't die again. Oh no.
Jump in, there's the AoE
Oh
from
no.
Collapse.
With mute.
Yep, gets off the Yules as well. They're trying to save mid one, but he is going to be going down here just very shortly inside that snowball. Stays alive just
Get
a
out
little bit
also,
longer,
boy.
attempting
Hey,
to run
boy.
away, but finally ticks out. But Yatoro, he's the one in trouble now.
He's actually dying.
Viper Strike going to be blocked by the Lincolns. Right click as well, but he takes
Nice.
it eventually. Does have buyback.
Nice.
There's some Boundless Strike going to delete him as well. So 4 dead for Spirit as Rue now hook shots to Ancients to try to get away. It's not happening. A full team wipe from Mouse.
Nice.
All right, tres dos dos. That was kind of
Very
crazy.
back and forth.
Spurs just walk into this triangle. That was a very cool initial play. Like, Collapse was super slow by the Viper ult, but he decided to Wind Waker himself because it's actually higher move speed to still keep the Doom going on to mid one. But Yamage was very clutch in that fight. Get the drinking buddies with the snowball save to just keep mid one alive. And here you have it. You know, with all the items complete and them actually getting to hit, they've got some power in them.
And buyback for Laurel. Now the big Wukong's command from Crystalis. Is this going to be enough for him to get a full lane as well? So
They can keep going. You
Yeah,
have Viper
absolutely.
Shard as well, and like he has Refresher to pop another Monkey ult if you want. Let's see what they decide to do here.
another buyback. Oh man, Spirit crumbling after having such an amazing comeback. So full lane now for Mouse. They're not going to stop, like you said. That shard on Boom, doing a lot of work. He's going to have a butterfly here too. That's going to be 2 lanes in all likelihood. No collapse for 20 seconds. So these buybacks, if they don't take a fight, are kind of wasted entirely.
Get out,
I don't
get
think they're
out,
getting anything
get
from
out.
this. They're looking on Boom. Even if they go on him, he's got an Aegis.
Yeah. So a lot of gold ends up just going into the toilet for Spirit.
Well, I guess what the buybacks did give you is that, well, the game didn't end, because I'm pretty sure they could have gone for Throne. But
That's
even
behind the
so, like,
boots.
now you're down 13k, you lost 2 sets of racks, and they still have an Aegis on Boom.
No,
For
first
2
game of the day
minutes.
for us is a real doozy, it seems.
This is some good stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Also, Yamage, he's got enough gold available to buy himself an Aghanim Scepter, and that is a big deal. Like, Tusk Ags is so strong.
Diamond are scanning.
So Geomagnetic Grip now gets an upgrade thanks to the shard for mid one. So everybody on Mouse now has their shard. They've killed 3 Tormentors, all of them. Not bad.
You also have Panto. He does have an Aghanim Scepter, finally on the Dane as well,
yeah.
which is also incredibly strong. Makes it a lot harder for not me to actually, you know, play around and potentially get the grip, as you can just cancel it yourself on the Bane and will still keep going.
Does AoE Doom,
Radiant's middle
would that be in range? Is that big enough to cancel all the all the Fiend's grips?
Probably within half a second, yeah. Like if you're quick, because the distance isn't that big. You won't cancel it immediately, but I'm sure you...
Maybe if you get Shivas, it would be big enough?
I think even then you need to walk a little bit after. But it won't take very long for you to cancel it. And yeah, the third lane of racks. You have 1 minute left on the Aegis. They're also controlling the triangle, which means if they have buybacks available, that's also something Mouse can play for.
Oh, Balance Strike onto 2. The coil as well coming out. Can they actually defend this is the question. There's the AoE Doom, but the right clicks onto Lara. A lot of trouble. Crystalis is going to fall, though, to collapse. He does have buyback as Yatoro trying to run away to the fountain. He's already extremely low as Boom is just slowing him to a crawl. And that's a dead Clinks. 2 minutes out of the game for Yatoro. And Boom
That's just people with the
go
chat.
back to the bot side to try to clean up these racks to get the mega creeps. Buyback now
It's top 9 to
coming
see.
out from
There's only one
Crystalis. They
person in
know.
the chat. And that is
Just
Kadi.
used. They can connect now. Should be able to get these megas, and that's when Spirit are going to be in real trouble to try to defend.
I mean, it's 100 seconds without Yatoro. I'm not sure how they can. I think you kind of have to give up these megas. They need to do a really good job in like slowing Boom down here. They are trying to for now.
Yeah. They do have a couple sieges. Crystalis with a BKB, a very early one, using the Wukong just to secure the the mega creeps rather. And they'll get it. Now Now he won't have that BKB for this fight if they're... Maybe they thought that the Clinks had a buyback potentially.
I think they're just gonna chill. They're so happy to just have the Megas, maybe just fall back overall. You get the Aghanims completed as well on Yamage. You can at least wait for Boom to have his own buyback within the next 1 minute, just to like, you know,
So you're really waiting out 60 seconds for Clinks to come back.
I don't think they're not in a hurry to go end. You took Megas, you're chilling.
Yeah, true.
You could go if you're Psychos.
But it is Spirit.
Yeah, but...
They're the best team against Megas. Hook shot, Rue. Panto looks to be dead.
He's fine.
I got the stun.
He's fine.
I think he died about 5 times there.
Yeah, could have died 7 times over. I mean, you've got the bauble on Puck, so you've got the infinite scale. The only problem is it's not that great with Mystical, so scrap that. That's like a Sunspan story right there. Starting off strong and then don't have a point.
Yep, good point.
Yep, keep it up.
Can you tell us how many greedies are in the game still at this point in the game?
Let's see, I mean, whoever hasn't taken the next one, so that's 1 on Bane, 2, because there's 1 on Clock, so only 2. But 2 at 50, come on, man.
Yeah.
You should be taking those enchantments that like make you stronger, spell damage, like save someone, you know, bam bam. Instead it's like, I get gold.
Well, neutrals aren't that interesting anymore, though. They've nerfed all of them over the course of
Most
time.
of them. I think there's some cool ones. I like that the Psychic Headband, you can like not only use it aggressively, but also on your teammates. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
that
I like
one's
that
fine.
one.
Sure. Is that
Tumblr's toy is cool, you know, little hoppity hop hop. I like that. I mean, Catalyst is
that's
ultra
an early
OP.
game one, though.
Catalyst is giga broke.
I'm just salty about tier 5s being absolute garbage now.
They could implement a few more that are better. I will definitely agree with that, because I think the overall consensus is
Where's
like...
my Giants ring?
You
That was
just want, you
best.
just want big beefy bros, or what?
Yeah, terrain walk. It's so good.
I do like that. I feel you. I do
Horse
like
boots.
Divine Regalia is cool. And Stygian, those are like some of the best ones.
I mean, Stygian is the best.
Yeah. Audacious.
Ja, bättre där blir nog man header.
I've been very disappointed
Okay.
with it, actually.
They
Because
could-
it feels like they just die and then they're just useless.
They could buff it again, I think, just to make it like even stronger with like the damage numbers overall. Because I agree, it's like a go big or go home item, and then you die and it's like, oh shite.
Yeah.
Until you get to re-roll it, and then sure, maybe it's fine again. I mean, but let's see, how is Spirit gearing up for this? You want to get a Mjolnir on Laurel, absolutely the correct choice to go for. But if you're Mouse, you can just play for the next Roche, and then a potential kickback also with Yamage, who's level 25, so he's pretty happy having a good game. It is one of his absolute best heroes, so not the biggest surprise.
How does this magnetize himself feel to you? His strength level.
I honestly think it's very strong. Like, first of all, he has the 20 talent that makes it like stronger and longer as well, which is nice. And then the 25 where it's on you, it just means that if you use it on people, if they dispel it, it doesn't matter, right? Because if you just stay around with it, they just take damage.
Right. Well, there's a good bait from the Tusk there on the illusion, forcing out a hook shot at the very least. Coil only onto 1, and it is just a support. As Collapse jumping in, has to use the Wind Waker on himself. Yamish with the BKB. Defensive spells used, but not a whole lot of damage to follow suit. Laurel in very deep, another hook shot, this time connecting onto an enemy. Monkey King will be able to skitter away. And yeah, you can see the bottom lane already getting pushed in by these mega creeps. Panto killed off, so something going the way of Spirit, but they have to do a lot
Somebody?
more than this.
Je bang si coconut?
Mouse aren't like looking to
Wait.
poke a little bit, you know, like look at
Oh, yeah, full.
like you're saying, there's Megas already in the base.
Not me.
We was doing.
It's the telekinesis away. Boom already with the BKB. Is Spirit able to take off Yamage
Where's
as well?
the
So
Bang
2
Coconut?
dead for Mouse. They do buy back onto the Bane though. Mega creeps are
Yeah,
going to
follow,
town.
yeah, follow.
Spirit do have to fall back eventually. Laurel getting chased now by mid 1. Collapse jumping in, gets the AoE Doom as well. Congregations of the Deep to fall, the Force Staff as well. That's a lot of damage, and that is the death of the Earth Spirit. Will tick out eventually. As your Toro Company do indeed have to go back to base.
How are they the ones that lowered the gold lead by 7k? They fought in the mid lane
Does
for
the gold
1
lead
minute.
even matter anymore?
Not as much, but still, like just the fact that you're up against Megas and you can stay so aggressive in this mid lane for like 40 plus seconds, it's quite impressive.
Oh wow, that's a Dagon 5 out of nowhere. And Collapse, he feels it in his gut that Roche is being gone on, but a little bit too late. The hook shot comes in, boom, takes the Aegis in time, Fiend's Grip to follow. And that's the death of the Clockwork. And he's dead for 100, no buyback.
He got the cheese, but yeah, dead for 100 is a big, big deal.
And their support's absolutely horrific at pushing the creeps. Well, I guess you do have Nether Toxin.
I mean, not me has Ags, but it's... They talked about it before too, there aren't like the craziest spells overall to steal. I mean, like, Viper Strike is nice, Nether Toxin now to like D-push is cool. He's got the Nightmare as well, but even then, obviously it's a great spell to like try and save, but it's not the, you know, Black Hole Ravage, Winter's Curse type game.
Yeah.
And I like that Laurel did go for the Dig and Fight here. Like, it is a better item than not that long ago. Like, just having a bit more cast range coming in, I think that was a nice addition to the item.
Oh, forcing out the BKB, so Coil already used, and now the Wind Waker for Collapse. Viper Strike. Oh, Bullet gets forced to the other side. Telekinesis to the other side. Being bounced left and right. Will be okay for the time being. Gets the AoE Doom onto the Monkey King, but he's going to be just fine. Chrysalis will be able to withstand this very easily as Laurel does assassinate Yamich. He does not have buybacks, so that's 2 minutes out, down and out for him as the Monkey King's still sticking around. He's going to get right. Look at the damage onto...
Okay, they don't have buybacks, but there's Megas in your base.
Heroes now.
There's Megas in your base.
There are Megas in your base as the Viper getting taken out, but that's just the Aegis. Double kill for Laurel as the Clinks has to TP back. The Ancient getting low thanks to just the creeps here. Yatoro trying to turn his sights onto this Viper. Eventually will be claiming Boom surely.
Hey boy, well done boy. Hey boy, come in there. That man sort of. Hey, what's that buyback boy? Mid one.
They do take out the Viper. 2 minutes down and out for him, but does have buyback. I mean, this is a crazy game, and Spirit, I mean, they just have to go all in now, surely. I mean, they don't know about the buyback. No, maybe they do. It's 40
Imagine they are dying 14 times in a game and you still
go like aggressive, but you cannot go aggressive enough where either Yatoro is not allowed to go in a position where he can die, because then the game it ends on the spot. So you can push, but the only ones that can go really aggressive are the ones that actually have buyback.
Hey.
I haven't seen a mega creep comeback, I think, in over a year at least.
Really? I feel like I've seen some not even that long ago.
Okay, that's good. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome. Easy shutdown. I mean, they are hyped though. Like, it builds such a insane game. Like, even from here, if Mouse would want to go for some all-in play, it's not even possible because there's still Glyph available for Spirit.
Right. All right, Yatoro looking for the second lane going the way of Spirit. Trying to force out buybacks that do not exist. This is 2 lanes for sure.
We're gonna
Is this going to be Mega versus Mega? I think we might.
That now I have not seen in a while. Have you?
No.
Okay.
Yep, that is going to be exactly the case. I cannot believe.
Yeah, shout out to these two teams because this is a banger game.
All right, and we're getting close to the 60-minute mark as well. So Megas versus Megas. Spirit. Okay, so who has the advantage?
I think Dire slightly.
So probably? Is that including the tier 4s not existing in their base?
Yeah, I think it is including just because they have Glyph. Like, if there's a way where you can force out a play where you can trade maybe buybacks for Glyph on Spirit, I think you have a win condition against for Mouse, but at this point the game is quite even. But you can see that Laurel he's really popping off. Like, in these last couple of fights, he's not dying. He's getting off 5-6 Waning Rifts, 5-6 overwhelming Blink Daggers as well. There's just too much toxic garbage that's happening. Mouse need to find a way to shut it down nicely.
Well, Boom picks up a Swift Blink now. As we're looking at some late game items. Refresher Shard on Chrysalis for the double Wukong. And we saw that Yatoro... Oh, he never went Daedalus. Interesting. Oh, he had just the casual Chrysalis.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
As the MKB.
Yeah, going to MKB after, just against the Viper who's got the butterfly, and just to also mix in some damage, I think it's kind of nice. Going for...
Is this a real item? Laurel going for Crimson?
You want one Crimson.
On Puck?
I mean, I think that it might just be the fact where you keep it in your backpack because you're so fat that you can't really build anything else.
Right.
And then when you need it to use it on the throne, you just swap it in and use it.
Oh, it's for the throne?
Yeah, no, this is for the throne.
All right.
There's no other...
That's fair.
Weirdly enough, he's the guy with the highest HP on his team.
Mouse. Are they trying to go for a kill? Or are they trying to go for the back door? Yeah, you're right. They were scanned here. Rue gets punched in the air. Yatoro's on the backline doing a lot of right-click damage as Collapse comes in with the AoE Doom again. This time onto the Earth Spear. A lot of damage coming out as that is the death of mid-1. Will buyback instantly. The fight continues. The Wukongs is huge. Not me on the outskirts of it. We'll be able to get out just fine. Congregation's coming out. The punch, or the walrus kick rather. Snowball's going to be dodged completely. As meanwhile, inside this Wukong's command, the puck looks like she's going to be just fine.
Up.
Another AoE Doom use, so that's both Dooms. This one not going to be enough to kill Boom though. Laurel gets punched in the air, right clicks to follow. They have the kill, does have buyback. So Collapse and Laurel dead. Gonna try to force them into a precarious spot into an eventual buyback, although, I mean, we're still 2 minutes from even knowing when Roche will spawn.
Okay, so that was a 2-for-1. It would be, I mean, Mouse have 100 seconds to try and force Laurel to buyback, which would be quite big for them. As it looks like Not Me was like, bro, let me buy the Crimson. Buy a real item on puck. So we sadly will not see that one.
And mid one has to be careful. If they go for this throne, double buyback from Spirit could potentially just end the game.
You really should look to punish Spirit here because they got that Earth Spirit buyback out of you and you got 2 core kills. So it would be amazing for you if you can... You want to either force a buyback or look for Roche and like tier 5 items.
Yeah.
But Roche, you know, won't be up in time. So at least then you need to cover the spots on the map that you get instant tier 5s.
Perhaps that is the play. Although they are pushing.
They do want to force a bit. They have buy on...
Okay, buyback from Laurel already. And they're going to have Collapse naturally in 13 seconds. Won't have the refresher. Although he does have Octarine, so it can't be that far away. 30 seconds from Double Doom.
That's just also a big deal. At least he didn't have to buy back.
60 minutes. What are we looking for? Deso, we already talked about.
Yeah. Stygian on Flinks. If he can find it, that would be quite incredible. I think the same for Monkey King, honestly.
Yeah. We didn't mention he finally went some damage items.
I mean, he did. After 60 minutes, you better have some of those. Very high win percent for Radiant. I am a little surprised. 82 seems out of this world, and suddenly it's 73.
I wonder how much it takes into account the tower situation.
I mean, it must do some, but it can't be that much. Well, Dota Plus knows something I don't. I mean, usually it's pretty on point.
Mouse pushing in their base with double Wukong's command, level 25 talent.
Well, Panther must have had some garbage items, tier 5, because he kept his bobble with bonus move speed and evasion.
He knows this is going long.
Oh, yeah. He's going for the 100% evasion.
Really strong, yeah.
Let's see, people are still waiting. We've got the Regalia, double audacious Regalia, so that is quite good. It's like the highest DPS you can get. I think either this, maybe if you can have one Stygian in the team, obviously that would be great, because the minus armor is absurd. Get a third Divine.
Do you think the Audacious needs the incoming damage debuff?
The numbers are crazy.
They are.
Like, they're too good. I think it should have
it's
this.
a tier 5, brother.
It's fine. Honestly, I think 100 attack speed and 80 magic damage is crazy. Especially when you get it with Regalia. It makes it, like, even better. So, honestly, I'm fine for it.
We got a lot of Books of the Dead now. 2 on the side of Mouse. And Spirit still hoping for... Okay, we're going to get the Dazoon Blood right for Collapse.
That's
so
a big one for him. And I'm not going to lie, but Laurel holding a bauble with Feverish could get quite toxic in this game.
Yeah.
You can have such low cooldowns on Puck, and he's already disgusting.
Okay, Roche underway. He belches, so Spirit knows. Wukong's command placed. It's going to be hard to initiate into this.
Rocket
shot
flare.
available. The jump he snatches a second time. He gets the Aegis, dies instantly though. And they're going to surround him. Wind Waker to try to apply some pressure on the outskirts of the pit. Gets surrounded still though. A lot of right-click damage coming out. Yamich reflected. Snowball, but Collapse will fall to Boom in the end. Does have buyback, uses it instantly. Clockwork dies as well. Yatoro now on the run. Should be trying to reinitiate here as Chrysalis and the rest of Mouse attempting to get out. And Boom will survive, will be greeted by some Lotuses. So a second snatched Aegis by the greatest Aegis snatcher in the business.
The greatest thief in town. He will just continue to do. I mean, all of this, it's just, it was a 2-for-1 trade, but 2 buybacks that did have to be expanded by Spirit. I mean, they did have the Rocket Flare, of course, which helped, and also like the Stolen Grip by Mr. Not Me.
Which side did he come from? Because this Wukong is
He's from
huge.
above. Yeah, he blinked it from like the top area. Like even the illusion, it was blocking off the hook shots.
How is that possible? Did he get anything else?
I mean, the good thing for him is he got the refresher shard and the banner. He got 3 items. He did have Rocket Slayer and the orb to help him, of course, which is nice. Because in the rest of the fight, everyone's just kind of just trying to get out.
Dude, this guy is something else.
Oh yeah, he is. Maybe we've reached the point where they're like, we're not gonna bother. You can't stop him anyway.
You think this is the record for game 2? Snatched Aegises?
No.
Oh, Congregations of the Deep collapse with the AoE Doom again. A nice coil as well, but the grip comes in, holding Collapse in place. They're not going to be able to cancel. His mana's getting drained as a result as well, but look at Chrysalis. He's just dying to the Doom. He gets right-click into Oblivion. Does have buyback, though, as the Magnetize doing a lot of work, as the rest of Spirit trying to disengage a little bit here. The Waning Rift enough to take off Panto in the meantime.
That's
Triple buybacks from Mouse, but 2 dead for Spirit, and like you said, no buybacks to come from them, as Yatoro going to get help from Laurel and that Dagon. Another grip coming out, somehow that refresher shard, it seems. And now Rubik in a lot of trouble, gets pounced on, gets killed off, but mid-1, he's dead, no buyback. As the buybacks come out from Spirit, and it's a 3 versus 4.
These fights are absolutely
And as usual, these Divine Regalias now useless.
Yeah, kind of have to wait to re-roll them or maybe get a Stygian later on.
This is what I'm talking about. When you have buybacks in a late game scenario, I feel like this is actually not a good item because you're likely to die at some point. Buyback, and then what?
No, that is true. I mean, you are playing for like the overall like big play to get like people killed and like take advantage of like the ultra damage that you have.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, if one team didn't have them, maybe they just lose that fight horrible.
Yeah.
Tough to say.
Because it is a big deal. Like, tier 5 items are crazy good. And now you just have no bonus. When they're combined, both the item and the enchantment, then they're good.
They're good, they're not crazy good.
Okay, they're very good. I mean, imagine not having, you have nothing right now. This puck is about to be a late game machine and you have poop as a neutral item. That's not very good. All right, great talking to you.
I mean, Book of the Dead. That's a meh one.
Hey, it's decent. You get to
okay, but it's a tier 5. These are supposed to end games.
I mean, what do you want Book of the Dead to be? Make it stronger? Yeah, you can make it stronger.
3 ancient creeps or something.
It's the only way to get Necros rank.
Dagon doing a lot of damage as Boom in a very weird spot here. He's getting completely decimated by the Clinks. Snowball's going to save him a little bit longer, but now the kickoff, and now the Clinks in a lot of trouble. Yatoro is dead, no buyback at all. And now the advantage, although they lose the Viper as well, there's always a trade, it seems, as Mouse, and you can see in the game a single buyback on one hero now, and it is mid-1. Panto, Dagon, Laurel with the BKB, Coil will finish the job, so this game's not over yet.
Bro's Coil cooldown is 26 seconds. Guys, you're going to run into problems against this puck.
My goodness.
I mean, they got the kill in the bobber? Yeah, it's the bobble. Bobble with Feverage is very...
I always call it bobber for some...
I don't know why you're calling it different things. I mean, we saw it.
See, that's a tier 5 item, right?
That is a good... I mean, it's a tier 4, but
exactly.
With the, the tier 5, like, enchantments on top, you saw, like, Tai Long do it, where he, like, played this Zeus,
that was a sick game.
He got, like, okay, mid-1. Luckily, he's the one guy with buyback in this game.
I was just trying to see if this was a highlight or if this was live. Apparently, it's live.
No, it's live.
Mid-1 dead. They're going to have to be forced out of that buyback now.
To go back to that earlier play, I don't mind that Mouse are aggressive, but Boom going so out of position without buyback available was quite the overplay.
Oh, there's a damage room bot as well.
Rue will see it, but probably will just take it.
Big rune for Rue.
Yeah. Get that Rocket Star damage pumping out.
Oh, Chrysalis on top of the tree with a Lucash command. Look at the damage! Laurel in so much peril here. Has to pop the BKB in retreat. Collapse in the midst of all of this. He gets decimated. 100 seconds of no doom now. Laurel still staying alive. Hook shot. They're going to get this dieback on a mid-1. That's a huge kill for Spirit. This is without Yatoro. 30 seconds to come back into this game. And Laurel, look at that damage. Damage gets blown up completely, and that is 3 dead without buyback for Mouse. Viper's going to be back in 12, so this is going to be a 2-defense hero for Mouse against... It's going to be 4 for Spirit once they regroup.
Oh boy, this is not going to be an easy one. Luckily for Mouse, they don't have Boots of Travel on Yatoro. He doesn't have any money, so you do have some time to maybe set up like a nice defense. Because it's going to be 3v4. don't even have the Wukongs yet. You have Chrysalis who's queuing up a rapier. I do like that. And I like this
really
play too.
cool initiation.
Yeah. If they were maybe slightly more on the ball with potentially like mid-one's roll, like, and you connected stun onto Laurel, that would have been absolutely huge.
Again, mid one dying all alone on that bot side. Like, this fight would be totally different if he dies, has buyback.
I mean, he's now dead for 1 minute without buy. It's the same for Yamage.
Yeah.
You have to hold this 3v4, and in 20 seconds you have Collapse who will join them too.
Yatoro, this is a building hitter, though. Jumping from Boom, though, trying to apply some pressure to Klink's telekinesis. Gets gripped on top of Klink's as well, and Yatoro dead again. What is happening this game? And now Spirit, you have a good amount of damage coming out from Laurel with the Dagon as well. It's enough to kill off Boom, so still trade after trade after trade as Panto bites the dust to Yatoro. Despite being dead for so long, Chrysalis, boundless strike into the pit, trying to stay alive. With that regen, it's not going to be enough. Chrysalis ticked out, and that's the death of everyone on Mouse. They don't have the building hitter that is Klink's, but surely this is enough to finish the game for Spirit.
Can you imagine Yatoro winning a game where he has 12 deaths? He's 12 and 12.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, this is honestly overall a crazy
Ancient
game,
exposed. It's not quite over yet. Mid one is up and running. Yamish will be back in just a moment as well. The Ancient getting close. There's the Doom immediately. No more regen for the rest of the game as the Ancient, finally the fortification comes out. The telekinesis trying to kill off Laurel. But this will be the death of the throne and the win of game one, believe it or not, for Spirit.
Crazy for Spirit to turn this around. And I think that's the cool thing with this team is that you don't need to rely on one guy to win you the game. Like, Yatoro had a bad early game, but he gets to recover. But the rest, collapse with multiple Aegis snatches, good team fight. You have Laurel, who he popped off. This is one of the best puck games I've seen from him. I mean, his puck is always good. But this one is honestly, like, on another level.
24 and 5 in this game. 20 assists to follow suit for puck, Mr. Laurel. Crazy game. Yatoro, like you said, 12, 12, and 21.
That's a crazy stat line.
It's a lot of ones and twos. It's a binary in there somewhere. But yeah, Spirit, I did not think they were going to win this game, not going to lie.
No, it's Mouse look good. I like their early game, their mid game too. There's obviously some small moments where if they can like shape it up for game two, they can look very good because they really took it to Spirit in this one.
They looked really, really good. I could see this going 1-1 though, for sure. As we see a replay here from Mouse and Spirit. Yatoro, so many deaths this game, like you said, but in the end, he was just a diversion.
Yeah, he was just making
Laurel
space.
was the real carry.
Yeah, no, Laurel really, he had to cook. And honestly, he delivered. He had a couple of good runes here. He made the call. Like, he was the one that was engaging this tier 1 play initially. And just like keeping the game alive. And Megas versus Megas, that's not something we see all that often.
No, can't remember the last time. But it is Spirit, like we said. They're channeling the pun intended spirit of old rosters. And now that Maposhka's back, you've mentioned this about 10 times today to me. You're really, really excited about that.
I am. This guy, he's the GOAT. And you can feel the aura.
Yeah, they have 2 coaches. That's better than 1.
That's true. So, look at Team Liquid. When they won TI, they had 3 coaches, I think.
Oh, man, that's even better. Goodness gracious. This is one of the final fights of the game. Again, Yatoro dying left, right, and center, but everything being applied to him, which means Laurel can just reign free with that puck. And one of the great puck performances that we're going to see in this tournament as we go to Shiver and the panel.
Thank you very much. Team Spirit and Mega Creep comebacks. Name a more iconic duo. This was quite the showdown, though. Mouse putting up a great fight, and to be honest, I kind of thought they had it most of the time, but we're going to have a lot to break down here as we have Effie and BSJ here to do so. Effie, where do you want to start with a game like this? Because that's always a tricky one.
I don't know. I mean, I just want to say, how does one team in Dota have so many games like this where they play against Mega Creeps, extend it, make so many net worth comebacks, steal Aegises? Like, how do they keep doing it, Brian?
I just call them the Doctor Strange team because it doesn't matter how many millions of universes there are out there. If there are only one outcome in the game that they can win, they'll find it. And that's just the way that Team Spirit likes to play. That game, when I looked at the graph, I thought of like a roller coaster that would be like against the law because the G force that you would get from going straight down to straight back up like 3 different times, I think the entire ride would have vomited by then.
Illegal.
Yeah.
Illegal.
Honestly, that should have been.
Yeah.
But it was a really cool game to see. I want to shout out Mouse for it as well because it's very hard to take it to Team Spirit late game, but it felt like a matter of who gets the initiation, who can kite the area control spell. There was the issue of this Doom coming in with the big AoE Dooms. How can we kite it? Can we deal with the Monkey King for the other side in his ulti? Can we kite him there? Can we kill him? And it was a matter of like small decision making of who they're going on and which team can kite it out better. And that's why we saw so many fights where if you were dooming Crystallis on his Monkey King, mid 1 was running away with it. So it was pretty hard for Team Spirit to do this, but Laurel on that puck made sure that they had a win.
Yeah, we have a couple of things to relive as well. I know it was a very long game, but we are, I believe, going back to one of the earlier stages of it, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of story to tell here, and I think that we talk so much about Team Spirit's late game and the way that they execute in these fights, and I think it's really important to remember, at least for me, how they got there in the first place. So usually Team Spirit finds themselves, as we pull up the clip, they find themselves in this situation like 13 minutes, 15 minutes into the game where the game is on the verge of becoming unsalvageable, and instead they manage to like make a couple plays to pull back in. So this is that example here where it's 13 minutes in, they're down 11-3, and a lot of teams like this is the play that they need to find where the late game team fights will eventually be winnable. This Viper is 3 levels ahead of Yatoro on the clinch. You see him over there. Yatoro doing an impression of me here saying I'm helping and walking in and clicking one time. And then they, what happens here is I'm going to point out that Rubik TP's bottom right after this play, and then he defends the bottom tower long enough such that Puck can then TP in right as this tower's dying. You're not expecting Team Spirit to like take this follow-up fight, but then at the same time, like you see Mouse, they're like hitting this tower as 4. They were just trying to kill the tower as fast as possible. But Laurel on the Puck, they were already lacking the disable for him. They have the DD rune. It just feels like, that one universe, right? They defend right as the tower's in
Alright, people, so we're back. We're back.
All the way through until match 6. So that means those teams who I was talking about there rely on Valkyrie a little bit, especially some of the APAC North teams. They're going to have Valkyrie in this next match.
Just looking at Team Liquid as well. Good news for them is they have ring consoles.
We
so
come
they
back
can
to
know
that. Let's go Dota. Alright, nice.
Enchantress quite a bit, just because it feels like early on she is so unkillable when she runs at the enemy mid tower.
Alright, cool. We
We
shall talk.
coming out of.
Yeah, well, let me know the timings so I could organize with Keyboard
I
and.
think it's important to note that, so first off, Grimstroke's Inkswell is dispellable. And then also, one of the reasons Trient is so obnoxious is because, as a safe laner, I'm thinking,
Alright, cool,
it's my
so.
off-laner's problem that he has to
Alright,
deal
so
with
I
Trient,
could.
but there's sometimes where
I can
I'll take all
literally
engagement and
tell
then
you
the
from
off-laner
start to
just
finish
sees
where it
mid
comes
wall.
to Dota 2
I end up
on
losing a trade that I thought I was going to win. So the dispel
which team to
early
keep the
into
radar
game where
on,
heroes
but
are
it's
often
never that
saying
easy when it comes to Dota
what a
2.
lot of pro
I
players
think these
refer
teams
to
will
as
go
a
for
free
Apex
global
Legends.
fraction.
Alright, but
Removing that's a pretty big deal.
right now
I'm
Team
curious
Spirit
if the dispel on Enchant is ever going to play a
organize the
crucial
gate for
role
that.
in these early movements.
Yeah, so Team Spirit is one of
I think that it will.
from
I also
Europe
think
West.
that's not the only interaction where you
Right,
see
is
between
one
these
of
two
the
heroes, 'cause Enchantress as a hero,
better,
she functions
the
in
more
a way where she
consistent
doesn't want to
teams.
sit on that safe lane or
Is
off
like
lane for very long. She wants to move
at
from
any
lane
point
to
in
lane
time,
to
Team
early
Spirit can win
pressure.
any big
Whereas
major
Trient,
tournament,
his job is
including
like, okay,
including the
well, focus on
international,
gamer
and
on
well,
this tower. And it just becomes a
now Esports World Cup rivals the
durability test. Are
international.
you guys willing to sit
Alright,
and poke at this
so
tower if we're defending
Team
it?
Spirit
'Cause
is up there
it's not just the Treant, it's
when it
also the
comes to
Grimstroke with
Europe,
the long
but
range
Europe have a lot
to
of big
defend the tower.
teams, right? A
So
lot
I'm
of
curious
big
who will
teams.
come out on top and
You
how
have
many resources Mouse are
Bedroom,
willing to dump into defending
you
the
have Parry Vision,
Yeah, so
which is Team
you're talking
Vision
about the
now,
early game, which I think is very
right?
relevant based on what we saw in game 1. But I just want to point out that
You have
dynamic being reversed here,
Yandex,
'cause in game 1 we
Tundra,
saw
well, no longer Tundra. You have,
actually
I think they are Yellow Submarine.
And bench, I'm curious. I really think Laurel's going to take a completely different approach here.
I can see that. I can also just see one of the Void Spirit or Earth Spirit brothers come out because Earth Spirit early game is a fine answer.
They did ban the Earth Spirit, so maybe Void Spirit's like the discount Earth Spirit right now. Is that kind of the vibes we're getting? Because we were talking about Clinks being like, discount Drow.
To be fair, I don't think I've seen him in any of the games that I've watched today.
I also haven't seen Earth Spirit banned, I feel like. I've seen Earth Spirit in every game, so we're apparently at the part of the tournament where Earth Spirit gets banned.
Yep, and that's Watermelon Man.
Oh, you called that? Who called Tide? Was that you, Sheeps?
That was me.
Wow. We're panels on point.
This is one of Boom's best heroes. Like it's I would say his signature hero. And he's great in it, and we already pointed out how good it would be in the game, also for the Shard.
Yeah, the Shard is fantastic here. They also have a lot of team fight coming out of Mouse right now, with the Ravage, with the Soulbind, with the Coil, and the Overgrowth. A lot of big cooldowns, but I just don't associate this team with big cooldowns. Like when I think of Mouse, I think of a team that wants to be consistently running at people in the early game, so it kind of makes me look at the draft a little bit funny.
Ooh.
Zeus. Can a Zeus deal?
Fresh that Zeus and kill one target every time. So I think Zeus is a fantastic hero this patch actually, but I don't like how it makes their draft one-dimensional on Spirit.
I guess it just felt like it really limits their early rotation, and then at the same time it doesn't counter the puck, at least for me, in any meaningful way. I think puck will have a free lane. I was thinking you either pick a hero that kills puck later or dominates it in lane, and this was neither of those. So, just based on my PTSD from my own pubs and also watching enough Pro Dota at this point, I feel like I'm going to go with the puck team. I think that last game was indicative of what we can see mid one do. I know Laurel popped off 24-5 and late game absolutely insane performance. I don't think this game's gonna go that late, but I think mid one's in another situation where you have no instant disables. I don't really see anybody buying a Hex. Maybe techies eventually, but I think at that point, as the lanes are gonna go decent for Mouse, I like the draft a lot more this time.
Oh, you say eventually. Previous game lasted plus 60 minutes.
That's why I said eventually, Shiver.
Yeah, so what's the odds that we're getting to that point again, Effie?
Of late game? I mean, I think with Team Spirit, you can always expect the late game, but I actually quite like Spirit's early game compared to Mause's, just because I feel that they're very cooldown dependent, and I think that this Enchantress is capable of a lot of damage early on. And when Maus do really well, it's when they're consistently running at heroes with very low committal blink stuns and not having to rely on these big cooldowns, and it just doesn't seem to be the case. It doesn't inspire a lot of confidence in me.
Is there any lane in particular that we should be keeping our eyes out for in this game number 2?
I would say the Enchantress as a lane, you know, like her moving, what
How
she's
much
going
can
to do.
she rotate?
Yes, how much of the triangle can she take? Can she take that mid tower early on? Because it'll be a big deal this game.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Zeus doesn't help you do that at all. So I think that it's still very important that Enchantress makes those moves and has that early game pressure, but I don't feel like Centaur kind of just wants to farm. Razor's pretty hard to boot out a lane. Tidehunter should be like chill against Windranger. Like Windranger will free farm, but Tide like doesn't really get pressured too hard. So I guess he's gonna have limited rotations, but if he gets the first one and like manages to pressure one lane significantly, I think that will snowball pretty quickly. So that's what I'm looking for as well. I agree with Mira. Keep an eye on the Enchantress.
If we're full theory crafting, not me on his techies, could pop off.
Alright, alright, so I had an important call there to take. Alright, so yes. So Europe, East, West are strong regions when it comes to Dota. Then you have the China region, where you have like Reconics and LGD, which is a really strong team that you have to look out for. A lot of young, they have like one of the youngest players. That again, so Tai Long from South America, he's 80, right? Now to 80. You don't get that good to be 18 and competing at the highest level by starting to play when you're 18. That is no way possible in any form, right? So, and when you ask these guys in them, they will tell you, you know, we've been playing since I was 10, right? Since I was 6. So,
we have seen some Zeus performances
organized, you have to get into a lot of countries have boot camps and training camps for kids as young as 8 years.
Not to be confused with Bobber.
Right, so we have Team Falcons, Yandex, OG, Enigma Galaxy, Team Spirit, Bet Boom, Team Vision. All of these are just from Europe alone. Right, and then you're looking at Demon Legion is the biggest team in,
like the enchantments that you want.
Yeah. In North America.
I think on
right, South America.
I think when you're an Intero, which he is, so you're pretty happy. I think also later, like you saw in the last game,
something like that.
On tier 5.
Right, also a fairly decent
you
team.
can pretty much always get one of the ones that you do want.
I was going to see Collapse this time playing the Centaur Warrunner.
Yeah, so we're looking at it. We're looking at Team Falcons.
They have a very good lane here, like, even though it's Razor and Treant, like with all the trees being cut, like Tech has an insane amount of range. So you can kind of just
any one of those teams that actually sort out to win this tournament here.
It is so
Esports
damn
Cup.
strong.
Alright, when we go to
like horrendously OP in a way. Like that's how I'm talking about this.
Apex Legends, I can't really help you with that, you know. Alright, I've been avoiding watching anything Apex tournament wise a while now, due to time, right? But I will say
exactly
that like Team Falcons, who also has a team in Dota, has a team
but when you get to the dance, you want to make the most of it, and Zipline Mafia certainly got
in
to work.
Apex as well as Team Liquid. If you get Team Liquid, Team Liquid is always there as well. So we're seeing a couple of the organizations here that actually have both Apex Legends teams and Dota teams. So you have Team Vision, you have Team Liquid, you have Team Falcons, right, that actually have both.
Typical Zach Mesa position, it feels. They gamble on them when they are late. They like to go for something
in
that's
Dota and Apex. Right, but one of the top teams for Apex is like Team Falcons. Right? Because they literally have the real quality, the best player to ever play competitive Apex, which is Imperial Hal. Right, so, right, Dark Zero, not sure if they still, right, but Dark Series also a pretty decent lineup as well.
This is a game 5, game 6, even a game 1 or 2.
So,
You're probably seeing
yeah.
the lobby down to 7 or 8 teams as the zone goes
But
into
again,
that final
Apex is a
ring.
lot
In this,
more
you can see a lot more
volatile than
utility
Dota,
is
as in
available
Dota
for
is
teams.
just
As RRQ
5v5.
then move a little bit closer to zone here.
Apex is 20 teams drop in a circle
But still,
with 3 men per
from
team and say tell them fight it out. So there's at no point in time you're going to know, you will hope that the top teams will be the ones to win. But that is not quite the case when it comes to Apex. Because anything can happen at any point in time. You get third party when you think it was a safe time to take a fight, and not all the time when you take a fight to win that fight. Right? Based on the team composition you're pushing. Right? So you have to take a lot of those things into consideration. Right? So if you take a team in a building and that team playing Caustic or Watson or Catalyst, you're not going to try to run into the building with those teams just like that, because
DJ Killer's trying his best to get his claws onto the top of that egg just to climb up to join his 2 teammates.
because it ain't going to happen. And as you see, this team here fighting, these 2 teams here fighting, and look, if I mention them from across that side, if our next team under the bridge here just waiting for them to clean them up. Yep. So soon as they start to see knocks, that team is going to run in and start to. Yep.
In 19th. Now will we see Zipline Mafia re-engage? It looks like no. They are happy to be trolls under the bridge right now.
Zipline just running and
Dinos holding this eastern side.
So Apex is a lot more volatile. It takes a lot more. In all games, high level game, you need a strong mental, but Apex is like, and you don't want to think about it. To win a tournament, you have to play 6 games, and those 6 games, you have to either place high to get enough points for placement, or run out the field. Right? You have to place high enough to get enough points for placement 6 times, or have enough elimination and still get points for placement that you can actually, place in the top. Because when you're looking at going forward to reach finals, you have to be in the top 10 teams.
Someone engages with you and it just
So,
takes away that opportunity to plan
it's tough out here.
where you're going to go.
I mean, so many teams are still
Tough out.
outside of this zone.
And sometimes you just come, you end up in a situation that you come.
Nobody knows where to go. 2 teams who don't know where to go.
Right, look at these men, two teams just watching each other, they were bubbling. And then while they're fighting, our next team across from the beach, they're shooting them. Yep. So a whole team die and 1 man on 1 HP.
Yeah, that was Zipline Mafia from under the bridge, and now enter Force 36. They see their opportunity, and they will enter
They
as
won't
a
get
full
pushed, they
3
gonna
here.
die.
Dino, sadly, they will be able to toss some left behind remnants.
So there's never.
36 will pick up this position. Is now
Oh,
Team
me too.
Nemesis
So as you
decided to
see,
be a chance for them.
so there's never a certain like you could bet on a team and say, yeah, my team will not win. You can hope and pray, right? Or you know that your team does always play safe. They don't fight. They will take fights and they will hold out until the last circle. So they only start fighting when there are like 5 teams left, 4 teams left. But there's majority teams, and most of these teams don't want to take a fight. So in the 5th circle, and it's like 13 squadron in it. So that is 13. Well, it just went from 15 to 13. And probably in the next 2 minutes, you're going to go from 13 to 11. Not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds. As I just said, 11 on squad. So the smaller the circle, boy, can you go do something yourself?
They would have wanted to, but with the bubble down, E36 will be safe and will be able to reset.
Yeah.
All the meanwhile, Zipline Mafia have played this perfectly. Not only were they helping
So,
out
and
on
the
damage,
Apex cast, Apex Legends cast right now has enough heroes or legends that, and the meta right now, oh my god, he didn't get to throw that bubble, so he died. Right, the meta right now has enough legends that the teams are playing. But like the first season of competitive for Apex Legends was basically three legends. Gibraltar, Raid, and Bangalore. Right? One team might switch up and have a different, legend, but it didn't make sense. Right, so everybody was running. The only person, Gibby was the best, this fat guy.
He falls to his knees and he falls back into the lobby screen, and RRQ take the zip line back down.
Yeah.
As they have to now worry about where the zone is going. Everybody.
Yeah, that big man there, as you can see, and he's still running it. He was the best.
RRQ are fighting so well.
He was the best legend in season 1 competitive. He's still very or highly competitive when it comes to now. Pressure right now. Big up. So, because in Apex, yeah, a dome creates a defensive barrier all around the team that stops all incoming damage, bullets and grenades and other spells as well. I mean spells, yeah, other abilities, right? So having that bubble up for 12 seconds could help you actually, you know, keep off teams that not happening. So majority of the teams play around Gibraltar, right? And you can see there's going to see bubbles holding. If you ain't playing Gibraltar, you might as well just shoot yourself in the leg because. And with this season came, you come to eat cheese on my leg, boy. Miss Bruiser. Miss Bruiser. And I'm sweating inside here. I don't know why I'm sweating. Yeah, the sun hot outside, so yeah. Right now with this season here with boosters being added, there was one particular one being added to the game that reduces the tactical and ultimate cooldown times for abilities, right? So Gibby being what he has with the bubble, as you can see on the screen there with the team on the right, that bubble lasts about 12 seconds, right? And having the booster that carries on the cooldown, you probably have like a 3 to 5 second window in between of you being able to place bubbles, right? So you constantly have protection that you can play from. Right, so you see now throw the bubble, right? He threw the bubble just now, and as you can see, he can show our next bubble one time. Right, so he has that booster as well. So just give me boosters. Right, coming out to the end here, this team is gonna come in, one man alive. And that's it. So Team Liquid won this match here. You look for points, you look for your eliminations.
There is always an opportunity.
Right, so in order for you to win an actual tournament for Apex Legends, you have to make match point, which is your 60 points. Right? And then you have to win an entire game after making your 60 points. Right? And some tournaments have gone on to play 12 and 13 games, which is 7 maps after the 6. Because the team that was on match point first was never able to win.
Everybody lost. Panic. He got on the ledge of the cannon.
Was never able to win another map after they made match point. So that now enabled other teams to come up now make match point. So at the end you had like 8 teams or 9 teams being able to make match point. And what's the tough thing about that? You need to win your game. Men will literally grief you. It's like, if you don't win, we have our next chance. We have our next map to play. So men who count down on the bottom, who not quite on match point, will look at the screen. If you take a fight, you take a bad fight, or they will look, or they will. I don't know, men does know, but they does know where's your team, where you landed, and men will come and try to grief you from and stop you from actually winning. Take you out in the earlies. Right, so everybody else have chances now to come up. Right, so there's no one way of saying, hey, this team will win in Apex. You could hope. Alright, look at that man. That man jumping for joy. He didn't come first, eh? He come second. But that second place was enough.
In the tournament, it makes you feel like you belong. Now, don't get me wrong, Panic felt like he belonged probably 2 years ago. I mean, you've seen the confidence that the kid has, but those moments are massive.
Boy,
And the reason you see RRQ react to
right, so with Dota is a totally different thing. Right, there are strong teams in each region. Right, and then certain regions match up against, like Chinese Dota. Don't want to talk about Chinese players. Like just how they are brought up. Chinese Dota is like discipline. Right, it's the most disciplined Dota. Nothing is out of place. The hair and everything has to be in place at all points in time. Shirt, iron, creased out, no creases, nothing. When they play in the game, they are known. You have to play so well.
Performance from RRQ has given them that gap now. They have a gap at the top.
Maybe the live chat now working now. I see you here.
It's a fantastic performance from them. That's going to make these
next
2 games a lot.
Running to the live chat now weekend, but
pressure with the situations they find themselves
I'm talking to you.
For the rest of the lobby, they're going to be looking at that.
Oh no! I just move it. I just move it from the space you're seeing on the actual thing to off now. It's on my screen, but it's not there on the screen now.
Their aim is just going to be building up.
I on loop stream man thing now. But I seen your messages.
Take some of the priority space. You saw in the replay.
You could put messages in chat, man.
In that point,
I see.
because even despite the they were able to survive with that single player and go on to win the game. And yes, they didn't get the most points in the lobby, but that win is so important for confidence, not just for Panic, but for Zero as well. How many times have we watched tournaments?
Anyone charging? Like pressure, but
perhaps confidence
nothing. I like.
Dwindle a little bit. If Zero gets going and heating up, suddenly the seamless roster, they become such a terrifying force to compete against. Yeah, there's nothing.
See Yatoro with the focus fire on the mid one, who's not afraid of him, wants to continue the pressure, and they're going to kill off Yatoro very easily.
Yeah, those look like all that cheese there, boss man.
2 cores for Spirit. It's going to cost 2 supports for Mouse.
Mouse again.
Very nice by Mouse, like just going back initially, you have Boom who breaks the smoke, you get a good 2-man coil. As there are looking
with the
nice.
blast off.
But the follow-up,
Double
stomp from Collapse.
Still not enough damage. All our man needs to do is pop BKB.
With the static link as well. Double kill for
Pop ult
Crystallis.
and run it up.
And that's with 2 cores dead. Spirit go for that. And they're going to be regretting it. It's going to be back-to-back deaths for Laurel. It does take out one in turn. It's an important one in Crystallis to be fair, but still, fight going the way of Mouse.
Oh, absolutely. The only good thing is nice dodge on the shackle. Should be okay. It's a good amount of like gold injection into Laurel because he needs that shard ASAP. And he was so far away from it, at least with that kill onto Crystallis that will help out. But yeah, Spirit definitely getting outplayed in both of these games when it comes to the early game. Like you have Mouse with, I would say, pretty good composure to like not really walk into these plays. Not Me is probably cooked here.
Yep, Inkswell very effective in these engagements. Focus fire from Yatoro though. Onto Yamich will be enough. So another support for support. Although Boom and Company do have something else planned. Trying to turn this around onto Yatoro. Illusory Orb, they don't have the vision.
He needs to go gate, and it looks like he might be fine.
Scanning.
JK, he's gonna make them work for it.
They should be okay.
10
Good
seconds
choice of
for the
direction
TP.
here.
He's even scanning, just making sure that they're not following him, but he'll have the TP available to get the hell out.
He's just be going to. I end up getting both for that. Iris wants to work without. Hey, Justin, what's you see?
Someone, if that's something you want to look for, Boom might just be deathless
did
for
I
the
get?
next 20 minutes in this game.
This would be a great cast.
That would have been a sick cast occurrence.
Yeah, well, I know what right now. I've seen the messages.
But you are correct.
But it's just a matter of.
Oh man, Yatoro really has to win run away.
Yeah, I've seen the messages. I've seen the messages. Don't worry, they could type on.
You don't like 5-man all these areas. You want to be smart about it.
It's just I wasn't able to read the entire message in the space that it was in. Source.
We got some action. Blast off coming in, but it's not enough to save Laurel. Goes out to Crystallis's hand. He's going to continue on with that BKB. As Nami takes a tumble as well. So double kill for Mouse. And again, second game in a row. This early game is all Mouse.
Yeah, and a nice region room from mid-1, so you can just keep going ham. I want to see also where Boom takes his itemization here. So he already did go for the shard, which I love. He has got the blink and the axe queued up, and I think that this is perfect. Like, you know that Spirit don't really want to fight you. If you can just have blink and shard, it doesn't matter who you go on. Even if they get stampeded, those people will die.
And what are we talking about?
Looking for another Inkswell initiation route. Be the recipient of the Waning Rift instead. Has the Glimmer Cape, but there's a Focus Fire counter initiation.
Yeah, but I know what game we talking about.
Gets stunned though, but there's a big stun from Collapse on a mid-1. They get the kill.
Oh, no.
Overgrowth TP, not enough. So two go the way of Spirit as mid-1's kill streak comes to an end.
I don't know. You gotta put up the game after just to see where
they need to not just delay the game, but also fight back a little bit, get some gold injection.
Alright, so this is both the first day for Dota and Apex happening at the Esports World Cup. Alright, so this is the first, this is the second match of this. Second match being played. It's just 2 matches. Alright, so it doesn't matter if there's a draw or not. You gotta go 2-0 or 1-1.
It's semi-normal.
Right, and then
you can buy boots on this hero.
in Apex, it's like top 10 teams going through. So
Heart is quite good in this meta.
So yeah.
That's great.
And you also have Mouse being a very good and consistent team here, going up against one of the most consistent teams in the competition, and probably one of the favorites to win the tournament. I think they are the ones that won the tournament last year. Alright, so they're probably, they're probably defending it. Well, who was the runner-up? What? Tax him up brain there, boy.
And seems to be
I don't
going
know.
for the Aghanim Scepter. Actually going to go for BKB after the fact.
And I say, I think they were the one who win it. So for me to see who, you don't remember losers, you know. He just remember losers. You don't remember people who lose. He just really remember winners. Alright, it's a tough thing to say, but yeah, that's how it does go.
Make a comeback in this game is absolutely off of like their overall map play prowess. Like you need to be able to.
Why he's a shark tight hunter? Well, that's what he is.
Once again, a similar game where you cannot fight head on into.
He's a sea dwelling.
I have to say, Mouse are really good at taking
creature.
Oh yeah.
Spirit, I don't think I've gotten a single.
They have fire.
Why he not in the sea? Because he fighting in a tournament.
Get on that.
To bring him out the sea, so you have to fight.
Yeah, stealing A is just a little bit more impactful.
Yeah. I believe they do know that there's smoke because there was a mine going off with one of the smoke heroes on the bottom side. So should know that something's happening, but as I say that Yatoro is running face into them, so maybe not.
Oh my god, no, look, oh no.
He is just
no,
that is
dead.
super easy for Mouse.
What were you doing there?
Tier 2 as well.
Yeah, and he can just go straight for Rasma as well.
What is next one? Yeah, so that.
What? The Ravage, but it's kind of cool.
What was that?
Fuck you, I guess.
Nah, that to be he didn't see buttons.
I'm so confused.
He didn't see, he misplayed buttons because there was no need for that ult.
Yeah, that's great.
Man was dead.
I respect it. Gives us something to talk about.
So now you have to surround with a minute and 20 seconds to get back that ult. So instead of pushing now, because them 2 men was dead, you have to go and sit down and farm again. Because you have no mana. Now use all your mana. And you have no ult.
Like you're playing against Ench, it's 22 minutes and you haven't lost a single tier 1.
And the offlane on the next team. Right, so now the pressure in here, he come in to blink and stun here.
Any damage right now?
What he? Oh,
okay then, just checking.
Damn. Alright, that didn't work out.
Because he doesn't have a Ravage.
That didn't work out.
Okay, there.
He calculated it.
He knows what's
So
up.
tied on that third
He knows
ability
he's
does
not gonna
reduce
see it
damage,
more
right?
aggressively, at
And
least
when
for 80
Ranger's
seconds,
ult
when you already
does
have it.
does increase our attack speed,
Available on Crystallis,
but it
which of course
also
is nice, running
reduces
faster, just overall
the
nice
amount
in
of
game,
damage.
destroying shackles,
Mr. Man,
some building damage.
I'll touch my mouse please time before you click on something else supposed to be clicking. Right, it also reduces her damage
Pretty nice for Mouse,
in
maybe
trade
again
for
the next
attack speed.
5-ish or so
Right?
minutes,
So with those two things combined, she was literally doing 0 damage
overall game sense.
against
So
Tidehunter.
having wards and of course mines around that give you some vision is super
So he's
impactful.
going to need to up that.
I'm surprised that Mouse are letting just top tier 1 fall, if I'm gonna be honest. I think this will open up the map a lot, and they're
Going back again, doing the same thing. Right, see now you're supposed to blink in and ravage there, but you don't have the ult. Yeah, so now they're just running away from him.
Boom, so he's got his shard. Anchor smash onto 2. Plasma field not going to connect. No kills will come in this, but the tier 2 bot was grabbed by Mouse. They have a 5k lead. I mean, how does this feel at this stage of the game versus last game? In terms of Mouse's lead.
It was like pretty similar, no? Like also like in terms of, so they had a similar lead and I think also hero strength. I would give it overall slightly to Radiant later, like screw like the late game, but I think Mouse are a lot more comfortable this time around. Like we saw what Laurel did last game, and mid one can do very similar things.
Yeah, that's true. The Zeus is, I would say it's a wild card, but it's the puck is really the wild card in a way.
And it's also, it's harder for Spirit to get to the point that they did last game. Like, Wind Ranger and Klings are vastly different heroes. Like, Klings can just run around invis with a shard, kill some waves here or there.
Right.
And like, you don't have a single tier 1. It is very difficult to play this map. Like, not just with 0 tier 1s taken, but also against Treant. Like, Panto can always look at the shard later.
Last thought, can they do it again is the question. Mid one with the orb is fine. Went for the shard next. Has the Parasma very early this time.
It's also the dream. Like, you're playing puck in a good game. Like, you're having a good game. You have a lot of gold.
Ton of one.
And there's no Orchid. There's
But
no
chords
silence. You don't
and
need to
thing
go
under
any
there, I
super
tell you, if
defensive
you
items.
kick anything and make more everything shut off here.
Stampede being forced from collapse, but he is anchored to
I'll go
the
put it to
ground.
slung on that chair.
Counter to that hero.
Right? Look him right there. Somebody saying hi to Donny.
I legit
a
think
very good game.
that this is one of the best shards in the game.
The
Tide Anchor.
Yeah.
Because like when you think about it, Tide is so good at team fighting that eventually people, it happens very often that people don't want to fight into this hero. But then suddenly when you have Link and Shard, people can't really split push either. Because now you have an answer to both.
Remember when he had Tentacle Surprise?
I do remember. Like it was like mini Ravage, right?
I wasn't
No, it
giving
was
the
just
answer. I was just telling you to say hi.
Yeah, it was.
There was 3 impales in the game at one time. Can you believe it?
I am so glad that they moved that one around. Because this one is so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Panto is looking for some overall aggression here, just scouting around. Of course, making use of the invis. He did have very good warding in the last game.
Oh.
Gets off a very deep ward, which we'll see how much it does. Of course, this is more about like overall seeing where people go, like which way they go out of the base, because you're not going high ground with this mouse
Yeah, I was
for
gonna ask.
quite a
Okay,
while.
That's interesting then.
Yeah. Because I would maybe prefer wards more on the outskirts.
Hey,
so
I tell
see
you,
where the
pick
Zeus
yourself
is
now.
farming, but you can also make the argument Zeus can just protect his own area with
I
lightning.
say he's to school tomorrow, you know.
True.
So let's see. They know that your Toro's around.
Alright, going for the anchor move. Already at half health. Do they have the follow-up
Ult
damage?
it.
Overgrowth
Oh,
to
one
follow.
ult.
Into
Nice,
another
overgrowth.
anchor. It's not nearly enough.
What?
They're wasting a little bit of time.
Oh
Panto,
my
it
god,
will
Panto
cost him
does
his life.
sell.
Maybe not worth in the end.
Panto does sell the body for no reason at all.
Mid one. Oh, he gets congregated. Attempting to run away now. Now Stampede from
Stampede
collapse.
from collapse. Back onto mid one.
Okay,
Spock dies for
collapse
no
is
reason
elite
at all.
mid one. Help from that taser as well. He was not ready for that. So 45 seconds on the deck.
I mean, Collapse is just doing some very big stuff again in this game. The Centaur absolutely can do this, like with the early heart and now the shard. Finds
They're
another
gonna
job.
find a Grim, so support goes their way as well. And now boom. I mean, can they kill him? Blast off. Not hitting. Or I guess he got cracked.
Instant,
You run away, eh?
instant dispel for him as they did pick
No.
up the gem now. But Spirit found a way to put
What?
the game onto just a 2k lead.
Like between the two of them, brother,
This
man.
one would also be very big for them.
Well, they always doing the most.
Centaur has a lot more scaling than
I
he
suppose
used to,
my dog,
like,
please,
especially
thanks.
that the hard build overall feels good to buy it early, and now you go the shard next. Like, he has 4k HP at 27 minutes. He's just laughing in their face right now.
Very tanky boy. He's going for Ghost Scepter next?
Okay.
I guess the only way for him to die is if Razor gets to like stack up a big Link and ult on him, so I don't really mind it. I don't know if he'll go through with it.
I feel like you're farming relatively well. You could go for a Crimson, Shiva's. Just go the armor route instead.
I mean, even BKB, I think it's not this bad against the dire draft and just like keep yourself alive. I want to see what he does. Because I wouldn't be too surprised if he skips the Ghost Scepter. AC completed on Crystallis, which will of course help them at least a little bit here with overall objectives. Nimbus now available on Larl as well. I mean, the Roche is very slow. It's quite obvious.
Oh gosh, no fuck.
Already at half health. Stampede plays beforehand.
Oh, what the ult. Everybody. Go on.
Becky's is dead right off the bat. Chrysalis
Come Santo, let me talk to you.
well. Collapse.
Yep.
Gonna get full static link. There's the Ghost Scepter. Is it gonna save him is the question. Focus
No, it's
Mark
not.
coming in from the other
Everybody
side.
dead.
Wants to counteract this onto Chrysalis.
No
They're gonna lose
damage
the
from...
Centaur. They're gonna lose the Windrunner as well. Fighting off too much to
And
choose
Zeus just run away. He even got a chance to run away.
Likely more.
Yep.
Double kill for Boom as Zeus bites the dust, and the only remaining member is a support in the Inch.
And that was really close to being big for them, but they missed the chain stun onto mid one, who then gets to go away. Boom comes in with a great damage, and also Larl didn't have any mana to expand his ult, I think, in that entire fight.
Come on, we put someone in that
Now
for
also a very good turnaround, now also gives them a nice first ages of the game. It's quite late, but honestly, I don't blame them. Their draft is not that good at killing Roche.
I just don't trust Mouse. Mouse could be winning and still losing.
This was a great counter blink.
Like just now, we know so long I watch a game for an hour. And they still come and lose after being ahead for the first 14 minutes.
I mean, Yatoro really decided to man up, but this is a 200 like damage
Huh?
stolen Razor. That ain't no joke.
No, it's not a matter of taking too long. It's a matter of
Not really.
drafting and stuff. A game, the fastest loot I game is 8 minutes.
Yeah, after that initial kill fails, I think they need
8
to
minutes.
full bail on that fight.
Kobo Sweat. You sit down in that game and in 8 minutes you already know you lost.
It's Joe, you're right.
Right? It'll just be how they set up the draft and thing.
He was baiting them. That's a counter to collapse.
Right, okay, remember I picked in one hero, right? Well, it's 2 heroes, 2, 1, well, 2, 2, 1, right? So when I pick 2 heroes, you get to ban heroes and pick heroes that could counter what I pick already, right? So,
As they find a freebie on Rue.
so with all of that, that does keep back the team, but sometimes our team does pick a draft that snowball, but that's based on how strong the team is. If our team is very strong and is leading and they don't pick a early game draft and they pick an early game draft and they get ahead to snowball, yeah, the game will end in 15 minutes, 16 minutes, right? But if a weaker team do that and the stronger team is able to counter it and slow down the game for it to reach 13 minutes and 35 minutes, well then you will see, yes, the team was winning all the time, but then you will see a switch in the game. And now, like just now, the stronger team are coming back and win the game in the end.
That's right. Although they did nerf that pretty considerably.
Yeah, this is still one of the ways.
But Dota is a game where comebacks is always a thing.
Chrysalis gets 7 slotted, then Ags. Yeah. That's excellent at pushing.
I would love if they buffed that a little bit. I think Razor Axe is not good enough. As mid one gets a freebie.
Right, so.
On to not me.
8k lead for Mouse. Make it 9 with that tier 2 killed off. Octarine from mid 1. Things are looking good for Mouse.
Oh, not just son. Chat was always right, but right. This Esports World Cup is being held in France. So literally the games are being played at 7 o'clock in the morning, our time. So all your men going to school, people going to work. So yeah. And then well, it's Dota and Apex. Those are very specific games for specific communities. Right, so
like a lot of levels, anti-ags on Boom. They're starting to be a very
I just here doing what I do. Sharing the love, bringing the education on the esports, Right, so anybody pass you who don't really know what's going on, they could get some. Come you're blocking, boy. Yeah, yeah.
Down goes Laurel. Huge kill for Mouse, but it's going to cost him 2 supports and the Aegis. Collapse doing a great job of counteracting that as Boom now taking the brunt. Look at the damage on him. Has to pop the Kraken shell, but they have more where that came from in terms of damage. There's a coil used to delay as much as possible as Mouse. I mean, they actually used a buyback for this as well.
Yeah.
So definitely not going their way. It feels like anytime they're in the
Right, but there are other things, you know. There's the more you stream and the more interaction you have with the community and stuff, the persons, the players watching and stuff, there are prizes that you can get being a part of the program. So
go on the same guy. I understand, like, you know, there's 2 guys going on the Zeus on the left, whereas Boom is kind of on your Toro. I think if he had a +1, maybe
well, you know it goes. It's not just us.
because the Spirit are happy about trading.
You could go and find some.
Crystals has to TP out.
Yeah.
Knife falls away successfully. Panther won't be so lucky.
And it's my pleasure to organize and do that. So this is one of the reasons, based on the timing and everything that happened, and me actually taking the time now to sit down and stream. Right, this is one of the reasons why I actually applied to be a co-streamer, because it's more on the education part and letting people know that we can have players playing on this level. Right, I was contacted just like 2 weeks ago by someone off of LinkedIn, and yeah, there was a recruiter asking about players for particular games, like if we had players at that particular level who could compete, and because it have organizations looking for players. Right, so the opportunities are there. The players just need to apply themselves, right, to be able to get those opportunities. Right, I am in the space where those opportunities are able. We are able to reach those opportunities. We just, again, the players just need, we just need the players. Right, so we have a League of Legends team, right, building a League of Legends community to sort out for competitive. We have a Apex Legends community and 2 teams sorting out for competitive. Right, so there's games like Valorant, Marvel Rivals, Overwatch. You can't do too much at one time, because those are games that you know, if we get proper coaches or persons to help sort out, yeah, no problem. But see what you see, and then we have our fighting games: Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash. Right, have new fighting games come out. Fatal Fury is a big one. Alright, so
we'll get out of it with the help of the Stampede as well. And Crystallis will be greeted by a distiller. You like that?
too late. Alright, so Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash, Fatal Fury. We have the new Avatar fighting game coming out. We have Marvel Token coming out. We have 2XKO already out. Right, so there's a big variety of games that you can sort out. Oh my god, yeah boy. Come here. So it's there, right? And we have tournaments happening regionally that we could play in, take part in, right? And it's just getting more and more people on board who could support the cause, right? And understand that it's not just for fun anymore, games not for fun anymore. They are real. Yep, there are real opportunities out there. We just have to align ourselves to sort it out. Yeah. Well, you know, I have it, right? Let's say hard work does pay off, so we can organize. But again, as I said, there's the creator program for EWC. So even if nobody comes to chat, right? Even if there's pass through, it adds up. So you do get particular. Oh. Oh my God, give me a show.
Don't have to worry about Grim for 50,
Yeah,
which does not, unfortunately for them, align with Roche at all.
evaporated.
Might allow them to take over the
Right,
area.
so there are rewards for you to get for actually taking time to do this. So yeah, even though I could always, you know, there's a PS5 and there's even a $50,000 trip to ENC coming on later in the year for 2. I know her. I know. I might have to lose sleep and thing, but you know, I might carry the wife for a little vacation. Right, it's duly needed. Right, so I'll be here grinding it out. We still have the entire next 4 days for 2 more days for Apex and Dota. Right, Fatal Fury starts tomorrow, so we're taking some of that. Alright, check out them nice combos and thing tomorrow. Alright, and then we still have Street Fighter 6, we still have Tekken 8 to stream as well, so we'll sort out with that. Alright, so yeah, Tekken 8 is in August, Street Fighter 6 is at the end of July. Alright, so yeah, we'll sort out and make sure things running. Alright, so I appreciate the passing through. Always nice to see people coming through.
Well, looks like he's upgrading his blink for the overwhelming.
Yeah, did get to finish a BKB, which is very good.
All right, Collapse, where are you at, son? Now, they're kind of far. It's not the fastest rush, though.
They should have some time for this.
Yeah, they do have Stampede to close the gap as well.
They have 2 Zeus ults in 15 seconds. I think if Spirit can delay it that much, they will be very happy.
They'll see that Roche is not low enough for them to have to do anything about it yet. This is good news for Spirit.
They can also fall back, suit, and farm with a couple heroes because in 20 seconds, Roche will move.
Yeah, true. Yeah, nobody's killing this nighttime Roche, that's for sure.
Yep. Just gonna scout the area, maybe play some Minesweeper with the illusions here.
Oh, they're actually going into the pit. Can they kill this in time?
If you can hold it.
Nope, Roche is leaving his house, going to his next location.
Realizing that it will be turning today there. Mid one, finds one and
Aye.
collapse.
It would be nice if you could poke something.
Crystals are coming. They do have the arcane rune from mid one, and that is a huge rune for that hero to get.
Come, you're blocking Mouse.
As the techie is actually isolated, so just like that, it's a 4 versus 5 for Mouse.
Yeah, I don't know how he ended up there. I guess he was looking to like maybe mine an area already before they get there. Good coil.
Oh, coil on the 3 heroes. Where's the follow-up, though? There's Crystals with a big plasmid field. There's the Stampede to follow,
Oh God, poor Grimshaw.
Huge Lotus, but we'll
Yeah, where you go, die after your Taro.
Gets the 1 assassination, but it might cost him his life. Has to lop the Manta, will retreat successfully.
Oh no,
Damage
fuck.
coming out from Laurel is absolutely destruction on the mid one's face. That came out of nowhere. He's down for 90 seconds, but there's a Ravage from Boom. Gonna get a second support on top of that, so 3 dead, 4 Spirit. But losing your puck is huge.
2 gems. Ain't no biggie.
And Toro trying to bait them out of the high ground. BKB with a fire to follow.
Oh, what's up, Blinky? Oh, shit.
Oh no, the Nimbus is absolutely completely decimating him in that engagement. Tries to blink in for the overgrowth.
They had at least 1 kill there. Like, he still had trio this entire time because, honestly, Yatoro played that fight quite well. Like, he was very patient with both his Manta and the BKB. Like, initially, he gets to kill here, and he just gets to fully disengage. Nothing is useful. Like, Panto can't really use his ult here at all. Like, even if it, came out, there's no way you can do anything. But how did they get mid one? Like, Collapse just does it again with some double
Sorry, people.
And as Collapse just brushing off the damage overall here. Mid one, just being a nuisance in the base, knowing that he's not going to be used to much effect here in this bottom side. Yep, mid one getting up that building damage.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I was handling a message there. I have a FIFA event.
You get a buyback out of Collapse as well. There was a very quick hex from not me to like
I have a FIFA event to do with Sunshine Snacks
maybe even a bit of an overplay from Yator, but I think
on Saturday, so they will now relaying some information there for me. Right, so this I will have the promotion video soon, hopefully. Right, so it is happening Saturday.
Can't believe Boom didn't pick up his fish in the midst of all that. That's sad.
Saturday at Extra Foods. Right, so we could organize and
soon he's level 25 on Tide. We'll see.
look at him now. Hey, hey. Now Centaur is a big boy. They ain't killing Centaur.
Can use the overgrowth. Now the TP though.
Nice play.
So Collapse with the BKB. Still has the Ghost Scepter. He's going for
Well, as I said, I put in the work, putting in the work. So we have certain companies, bigger companies, looking to come on board and things. So I educating them on how to get into the scenes and stuff.
Honestly, when you
right?
Zeus, if anyone can squeeze it into their build, you really should do it. It's so much damage mitigation against this hero.
Tormentor number 6 gonna go the way of Mouse.
Yep. Spirit are, even if they win this game, they're not killing a Torm. There's no way.
Looks like Tree will get this one.
Yep, they're working for this one at least.
So all 5 again. Oh, nice. Thunder God's Wrath. A double one means you get the double kill. That's how it works.
2k gold for this.
That is insane.
I mean, it is a classic. It's like the easiest time to use Zeus Ult when you read that they just killed the Torm.
True.
Easy double.
Refresher, so you've got like
Yeah, so we have certain companies coming on board to organize and support the scenes and stuff. So you just guide them on how they could do it. Alright, not just come and say, hey, we're doing a promotion, and or they come spend all their money and we make $1 million of audio. So guide them through it, making sure they sort out. Alright, so that's happening Saturday. If you have FIFA fan, you can come through, organize yourself. Alright, look at this Centaur, 5,300 HP. Alright, Zeus getting some licks here.
Try to force some action. Here's lots of BKB. This is just gonna be a
Easy 1v1.
He gets double tipped by his team. Alright, this 17k lead, that I believe is the biggest lead of the series.
I think so. Unless it was like maybe towards some of the last minutes of the last game, but I do think that this is the biggest lead that Mouse have had as well. And it's this time around it's not as difficult, I think, to close it out. That's 70 seconds with no Larl, you're absolutely going to force it here. Either a buyback, you look for 3 racks.
I mean, Larl is doing a good amount of damage, but I don't know if this pick has really worked the way that they envisioned.
It's definitely been more weird. It's not very spirity in my mind.
There's one. More pressure being applied. Chrysalis will finally get to hit some buildings again. Not enough to quite get that second lane. Deal with his gushing.
Ooh, clean them up. Clean them up.
Chrysalis with the link as well. Trying to force that pass is Collapse. The plasma field is not enough to finish the job, but they do get the lane regardless. As mid one creating space, as pucks tend to do at this stage of the game.
No, they got what they came for, and they're not done. Absolutely, like why not? There's 20 seconds on Gnarl, like respawning.
Gnarl?
Did I say Gnarl?
Big fan of that Gnarl guy.
Love Barl. Barl is respawning in like you don't want to buyback with this little time on the clock, and you know it, so you can be very aggressive here.
Anchor comes out. There's the buyback onto the Zeus, trying to apply some pressure now onto the Chrysalis, but we'll get Yule thanks to the teammate, but burst damage.
God, Chrysalis. God, Chrysalis.
The rest of the damage coming out from Yatoro. So with that, Mouse have to retreat. If this is all they get, that is not good news for Spirit.
That's not what you want. Got an Aeon Disc as well on mid one. You've got the pipe completed now on Panto.
On a regen rune, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Mouse in a very good spot.
It's also 20 seconds for the next rune. Like, you can just camp around. Maybe there's an Amplify, there's an Arcane coming out if you want. Quick blink by Boom.
How does Hydra's breath work with Focus Fire?
Yeah, put that back there. That is... Could you run?
It's just a normal auto attack that's really fast.
Oh, it's a normal auto attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what did I test it on the other day? So obviously it doesn't work on like it doesn't work on illusions. And there was something
God, man, going after Zeus like
Huge kill. Mid one popping the BKB. There's the, I believe it was the Lotus and the heals coming out from Rue. TP successful, but look at how many members had to come and assist.
No, it's honestly it's a very good place. Like you can tell that there's a lot of confidence coming out from like some of the players in this game. I think even Collapse like earlier when he's at the enemy tier 2 mid, he goes in, forces some people, and still gets the TP out. Like they're just playing to the limit very, very nicely. They are looking for a silver agitator for Yotoro. He's got it queued up as they're eyeing Boom already.
Yeah, Focus Fire. Nice Wind Waker dodging the blast off.
And that's big.
Use the anchor as well, and here comes mid one.
Nope.
That's who you have to really worry about. Nami has a BKB. Will get away as a result. Now the focus is onto the Windrunner.
Yeah, bye Yotaro.
Chrysalis comes in with the static link, and that is more than enough. 98 seconds. No Yotoro. As mid one should be able to finish the job onto the techies as well. So double kill for him. And even an Ags for Yamich, so we're going to see the Dark Portrait, which I feel like this game is not particularly good, actually.
Did a really good job, I think, just like not allowing Dark Portrait to be good. But, I mean, at this point, you can still just get it, maybe get a Hex later. But yeah, mid one is, he's out of control.
Yeah, still had the coil up,
Very.
cancels the TP,
Gush it up.
bit of an annoying kill, but they will eventually get Bambi. So that's 3 dead.
That's our supporter.
So Mega Creeps perhaps on the horizon.
Let's see if we get Megas versus Megas. Seems a little bit unlikely.
The buyback now for Rue.
Like this one,
Will indeed be Megas. Now, will they push the envelope now? 40 seconds for Yotoro.
Yeah, absolutely should.
Okay, the jump
Oh my God, Bambi going again.
For the dieback, they get it. 100 seconds now for no Rue. Now the jump in from Collapse. Laurel with the refresher. Double Nimbus. Not enough to get the kill onto the tie. The overgrowth to hold him in place. Thunder God's Wrath still not enough. Finally, he gets off the last round of spells.
Oh, well,
Laurel picks
that's
up
our last already.
cost him his own life. And now 2 minutes.
Come here,
Zeus.
Santo.
And surely that should do it. Although Windrunner up in just a moment. They get 1 tier 4. Another coil onto 2. It snaps onto both of the Stampede to follow as mid one. Not worried at all about dying here.
Oh no.
Wow, that was a very well timed.
Oh, okay.
But Eon Disc is up.
Yotoro's in.
Yes, he is, and he's all alone. A Focus Fire to follow. Do they have the damage to get through this? The Centaur taking a ton.
I said it, GG. I take that serious. That's how your mouse could beat people.
Game is for Mouse as GGs are called. So it ends up being a split.
They could win tournaments too, but
I'm happy for Mouse. They looked very good already in game 1. I do think they had the advantage there, and they did kind of throw that one away. Of course, Spirit are an incredible team, so they did get the comeback in the first game. But might go back to question the Zeus pick.
That Zeus pick was rubbish.
And I think that Mouse just made full advantage, took full advantage of what they had. You know, Chrysalis on his
Your
razor,
phone or my
very
phone?
good on this hero. Mid-one as well on his puck, just kind of popped off. I don't think they had very good answers for it, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, Chrysalis ends the game 24-4, and mid one ends the game 18-3. Usually when you have 2 teammates with score lines like that, you're gonna win the game. Yeah. Especially when
Take turns, stop fighting.
From Collapse. I mean, that's the funny thing about it. If he didn't steal 2 Aegises, Mouse probably good.
Yeah, and you download the next million games on my phone.
Of course, they did make some other mistakes in that first game, but I think that they just learned a lot from that one. And like going into this game, it looked a lot more clean. I think there were
right, nice.
From them, and they took a lot of advantage of like the good early game that they had. And I love Spirit. I'm a big fanboy of this team, but their current early game in the game 1 and game 2, it does scare me a little bit. That is something they will have to step up. Of course, it is only day 1, but this is has to be a
Matches is OG playing after. That is
in this last year for them. So, but with Maposhka on the sidelines now, perhaps they'll clean things up as we
what?
some replays now of this early game.
That OG Hunt one.
I feel like
this one was,
What do you mean
it
by
was
that?
not an easy game by any means, but they were at an early advantage and they didn't really let go.
Yeah,
unlike game one.
No, but both their early games are very good, and I think this is just what they kind of should play for, like also in the future games to come, because they did very well. They understood like when they can combine the heroes together, when to do stuff. Like, because even here the game got semi-even again. I think it all stems from like this early to mid game advantage.
This match now starts.
So they've gone for something a little bit different. They will have the fullback of Alter to work with, Bangalore as well to give them help crossing with the smoke.
Yeah, I think
I just wonder if there's a little bit too much left to do for some of these teams.
Boy, you come to press
That being
gun
said, I
in
think
my
when you get to
ears.
this point, you have to look at the bigger picture. Like, okay, we're not going to win the lobby. Okay, we're not going to get to top 5. It's about making sure we're not at the bottom of the lobby, and we are at least getting to the next round, or at least giving us ourselves a chance when we get into the next group stage games.
Well, that zip line is extensive.
Alright, people, so I want to take a little break and have lunch. I will be back by 3 o'clock. Alright, so those who came out to see what was happening, thanks for coming through. Alright, so I will be back at 3 p.m.
Trying to get a position to keep Pricey alive.